He's like,
All
All
right,
right, let's
Brent, you're
start
gonna
the
do the outro.
podcast.
3, 2, 1, go.
"What? You say outro?
Intro.
What?" Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Beanbag Boys podcast. I am here today with my co-host AJ. This
Wait,
is
I'm the
Storm,
co-host now?
and we got a special guest today.
It is I, Kengutaku. Welcome everybody to the Beanbag Boys podcast. I am the guest of honor
He
in
is
this fair
the
land.
guest.
He's gonna suck my dick later.
I have a mask though.
Um,
That's gonna be kind of complicated.
don't worry, he'll buy
Just
you a
cut a
first class
just cut a
ticket.
hole around here and like
We'll make it work.
it's okay. I have a ski mask that'll work.
A Jason mask out of nowhere.
Oh no, not a Jason mask. You know the ski mask where it's just like it has the whole mouth open.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I
no,
have those ones.
no,
Make my dick
I
a
got
those are
the
so
cheese grater.
cursed.
I got the filthy dick sucking mask.
Oh,
Turn my dick into shredded cheese.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my teeth.
With braces too.
Oh no, I don't have braces, but fuck, that would be painful.
well,
Braces, it's like when you nut in a girl's mouth and she has braces, like the braces become
oh
a prison for
god,
children because there was so much like jizz stuck in there.
the braces are holding back the food.
Okay, this is fucked up. Oh yeah,
Yeah, you need. Yeah.
I need
All
Jesus.
right.
All right, Brent. Tell your story about you meeting a celebrity in at work.
No. So a couple of months ago, I met a celebrity at work, and he was pretty chill. He was pretty awesome. His name is Sean Hatfield.
Who the
He
fuck
is
is
like
that?
he's a basically a double for Robert Downey Jr. because he looks just
Oh,
like him.
oh shit.
And he actually met Robert Downey Jr. and showed me pictures of the set and everything. It was pretty cool. It was really awesome.
Nice.
And I really enjoyed it. He does have a they show me as a TikTok and stuff, and he does like Iron Man cosplays. He goes to conventions. He was pretty cool. Uh, I really wish I could have gone, but it was like it was going to be like a last minute thing if I had to go. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, it was pretty neat.
That's very cool though. Like, especially like that high profile. Like, I mean, like personally, like him, he's not very well known, but like already being a stunt double for Robert Downey Jr. is still pretty like high profile, I'd
It
say.
is very high
So it's
profile.
honestly, it's pretty fucking cool when you think about it. I know that he's not like he's not Robert Downey Jr. doesn't do Iron Man anymore, but that's still pretty fucking sick. Like
I
the fact
mean,
that like probably that guy met like all these guys like Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, fucking Chris Evans, all these guys like probably because of course in a Marvel movie they're gonna have the stunt doubles do a lot of the shots,
mhm.
especially because like from what I've heard on the Marvel sets, like they're superstars. They're very like almost overly like I guess overly caring of them, but not overly caring as in like because I've heard like a lot of abuse stories when it comes to like
Stunt
on
doubles.
set Marvel shit. But when it comes to well, especially stunt doubles, but like the celebrities, like for example, you got Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, and all these guys. Apparently, they're like babied on set. They're like, oh no, you can't do that. Let the stunt double do it for you. And the guy's just like, bruh, I want to do the fucking stunt. Why the fuck won't you let me do the stunt? It's just like
Yeah.
it's just like sometimes it's just something as simple as just you have to take a bump, like you have to fall down to pretend like you got hurt. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. He's like, no, the stunt double will do it. And the guy's like, bitch, like why?
It's
It's
not that
like
fucking difficult. What the hell?
it's not difficult. It's like I can take a bump without breaking my fucking legs. Like what the hell?
I mean, if you want to
He has
consider the
also
most
been part of a
dedicated,
lot of shows too, like
Yeah.
Scrubs.
Mm.
I haven't seen the show
He's
Scrubs.
yeah,
I don't know.
my mom was like really obsessed with it, so I know a little bit about it. But
I don't know
apparently he
shit.
was
Never
like
heard about Scrubs.
when I'm looking through some stuff he's in. I'm seeing if there's anything I noticed. There was a show called Snapped. That one I'm pretty sure I've heard about. And Storm of Suspicion, Super Highs. It looks like it's a lot. It's a lot of like mostly TV stuff that he does.
Hmm.
But that, but they are. But he was a pretty chill and awesome dude. I really really was surprised because I thought he was Robert Downey Jr. when I first saw him because he looks that much alike.
Yeah, he
Yeah, for
does.
sure. Well,
And I had
stunt doubles, you need to have like people that look like the celebrity. Like I've seen The Rock's stunt double before, and they look practically the fucking same. Like
I
same
did like a
physique,
double back. I was
same
like,
shape of head,
"Ugh."
same like
Body
everything.
shape, pretty much.
Literally, like you look at them and they look like fucking brothers. Like I'm surprised that they're not brothers. Like
Talking about like the most like most like mistreated cast members in general. If you want to go back to like the debate of The Shining on how Shelley Duvall was like pretty much mentally and physically abused.
Didn't they like give her like some really extreme things for her to do?
They
wait,
pretty
who on the
they
like which one?
the Shelley Duvall, the mother of the kid.
Shelley Duvall.
Oh, the mother in The Shining,
Yeah,
in the original or the remake?
the original, because the remake, Doctor Sleep or whatever the fuck it's called, I forget what it's called. Um, I don't remember. But the remake, it's not a remake. It's just after the Shining story when Danny's a grown up. But the Shining, Shelley Duvall was pretty much mentally and physically abused by the director. She like here, let me look up like specifically what.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much. Like Stanley Kubrick, the director.
Yeah.
Well, she was pretty much mentally abused by the director, saying you're wasting our time. You need to do this better, and pretty much she was shut in the hotel pretty much the whole time. Um,
Jesus.
yeah, it was fucking like abuse. Like,
No,
uh,
I heard a lot of stories about like celebrities getting fucked over on set. Like again, the Shining thing, that's kind of new to me. I never knew that was a case until now.
if you do some research about it, like I ever since I'm a big horror movie fan, I don't know how you guys are, but like usually when it comes to horror movies,
I'm big on horror movies too.
I like horror
Just
movies, but
it's like I'm pretty big on it as well. But it's like wow,
I definitely
never
think
knew
that
that in
the
The
older
Shining
ones are
like
much
shit
better
like
though.
that happened. I know like a few like I know on Marvel it's quite common like when it comes to stunt doubles, VFX artists, all that stuff. Pretty much anything that isn't like the celebrity, like the superstars like Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr., all these guys. It's pretty much like anyone that aren't these like superstar cash cows, like they get treated like complete fucking shit. Um, Even apparently in the comic book industry, like they have the same problem, except in the comic book industry, it's like they're so fixed on a specific agenda that whenever someone tries to bring a new idea to light, saying, "Hey, our last comics have been kind of shit lately, having been selling well and stuff like that. How about we try this instead?" And then they're just like, "Okay, no, it doesn't fit our agenda. Fucking suck a dick." And then the guy's just like, "Oh well, shit. Now we're just gonna
suck dick
like
now.
die, I guess, as a company." It's kind of sad because like
Just
honestly
kind of
like
like Blue Sky.
I actually learned about yeah, well it's Marvel in terms of like I mean movies, comic industry, everything, it's kind of dying out. Like for I mean I feel like it's mostly the specific agenda that is dying out, like the whole I mean, I understand like the being progressive is like okay and all, but when it comes to like toxic progressivity, like I don't feel like that's the way to go because you're alienating a bunch of your audience. Instead of having characters like, oh, let's make this character and it's only like his only like quality or like thing that defines him is his gender or skin color or anything like that.
Hmm.
That's not how you win people over.
Yeah,
You
no.
need to write a good character first, then decide what like the quality is, I guess, like the rest of it. So in the end, like right now, it's a very close minded industry.
Yeah.
While in terms of right now, like I actually learned that the whole comic, like Marvel and DC, their sales combined were outsold by Demon Slayer.
Oh
So
wow.
one manga series outsold the entire comic book industry. Like, I mean, in terms of Marvel and DC, because there are other things like McFarlane and stuff like that. Like the Spawn comics are still going pretty well, and a few different things. But in terms of other things, like the manga industry is fucking like blossoming. Like even right now, I would head to Toys R Us because we still have those in Canada. I would head to the Toys R Us and see like some of the shit, and like you see the fucking Marvel aisle is completely fucking full, and you got the freaking manga aisle that is like you can't get a single one in there because it just sells like fucking candy.
I mean, with us, we have a bookstore called
Like if
I
you go to
don't
Marvel
have
and
a
DC
Toys
aisle,
R
it's
Us in
just
here
full. Like
anymore.
it's like nothing is being sold.
Dang.
Yeah, in the Canada is because it failed in the U.S., but in Canada, basically, it's now a specifically Canada-owned business. I used to work at a Toys R Us near my
Oh,
place.
oh, damn. I used to go
It
there as a
was
childhood.
Yeah, I still go there sometimes because they actually have like some pretty good shit sometimes. Like they have the video game aisle, so like usually I'll go see if I can buy some games there. Either that or like they also have like in the gaming aisle they have a bunch of whether it's Funkos or like anime figs and stuff like that, or like even Mortal Kombat figs or stuff like that. Like if I can find something that I'm into, like relatively, like I'll buy it because I still have a discount there since I used to be an employee.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
I know when it comes to like Marvel and manga, we have a store called Books a Million. I don't know if you have that. Um,
I don't think Books a Million. We have
Books a
chapters, but we don't
Million.
have Books a Million.
but our
I don't think
Books a
so.
Chapters
Million,
is basically another version of Books a Million.
but Books a
Basically what it
Million
is.
for ours Books a Million, it's pretty much full of manga, and you barely see any Marvel. Like there's only a shelf, like a singular, like normal, like bookshelf you would see in someone's room of Marvel, and there's like aisles and aisles of manga.
Yeah, it's because that's what's selling right now. It's like
Mm.
it's kind of sad because most businesses, when it comes to comic, like in Montreal, there's a place called Capitaine Quebec, and I go there a lot. It's they sell comic books and figurines and anything like geek related or like anything like whether it comes to comics, manga, all that stuff. They sell all of it, and it's a really good place. Honestly, it's just the thing is. One time I was noticing that they weren't selling as many comics as they used to be,
Hmm.
because before they would sell the old comics, they wouldn't really sell the new ones. Apart from maybe like Invincible and like the good stuff, um, they wouldn't really sell like the new Marvel stuff anymore. And I was asking like, why is that? It's because there's no money to be made in there in terms of like because especially since that place is kind of a small business. They of course they need to make money. So like, why would they waste money on obtaining shit that's not going to sell? So they say they right now they're buying a lot of manga, they're buying a lot of that stuff because they know that that shit sells like freaking candy. Like everybody wants a manga. Everybody wants to know what happens in the next Demon Slayer chapter. Everybody wants to know what happens in their next like Naruto or Boruto chapter and stuff like that. So they go there, buy that shit. Even though the series is like done and all, like people who just picked up the series say, okay, I'm going there. I'm gonna go buy that shit, and then they buy like 5 chapters or something so they can read it.
Damn.
And no, it's just like insane when it comes to Marvel right now. Like some places aren't even selling them anymore because it's just like, bro, it's like y'all stories like fell down so fucking hard. Like or even the freaking new Superman, like Superman's son or something. Like it's I don't know. It's just bad. I feel like they're too minded on like one thing. And the second that people say, "Hey, your stories are kind of trash," like they say, "Oh, well, that's just your fault. You're closed-minded." Yeah, okay, no. So of course, when they're insulting the fans, no one wants to buy their shit.
Since we talked about Boruto, I want to bring this up. What do you feel? How do you feel that they're bringing back Naruto?
Bringing back Naruto?
Yep,
I'll
they're bringing it back. The
bring
series.
in. Oh, no, that I'm really happy about. Like, I always enjoyed like Naruto in general, but like before they made Boruto, because okay, I love Naruto. I love Shippuden, like all that stuff. That's probably like my favorite animes because it's like probably the first animes that I've watched in my entire life. Like I started watching Naruto when I was like 6,
Oh damn.
so
That's
it's
early.
like then I feel like I had a special connection with the series because I kind of grew up with it. like in general. Like when the series and when the show started, Naruto was around that. He was 6 years old. I was 6 years old. I related to him a lot because I was just kind of a kid with ADHD, didn't have much friends, and like wasn't really good at school. But, through hard work and stuff like that, I managed to pass and all that stuff. And I kind of like related a bit to Naruto in that way when I was a kid. So I love the series, and I want to see it like do well. So that's definitely like an aspect. But like when it came to Boruto coming out, like I wasn't sure of it because already in the movie I felt like Boruto was like, I don't know, I just didn't like him that much. And
like you and 90% of their fan base.
yeah, but like at the same time, I'm sure that he's gonna evolve as a character because most of the time when you have a character that's like spoiled brat, unlikable of a character, unless he's a villain, like you're gonna see some sort of like him sacrificing himself for the greater good or him seeing like learn a lesson. And I feel like we're seeing that more in Boruto, of Boruto learning lessons, saying, maybe I shouldn't be a fucking dick or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So but I'm really happy that they're bringing back the Naruto series. Like that's definitely like something that I'm gonna be looking forward to watching. But before starting Boruto, like I feel like they should have done like a series, like because I know they made movies of it where all the characters are like in their 20s and shit like that. But I feel like they should have made like a series on it instead of a single movie because I feel like there's so much shit you can explore with them in like their late 20s and stuff like that. Like show us how I know they're exploring a bit of that in Boruto, but like show us how it all came to be. Like what other enemies did they face before having kids and stuff like that. I want to see what leads to Boruto. I know we've seen a movie, we've seen Shippuden and stuff like that, but I kind of want to see more of the power levels and how far like more powerful Naruto, Sasuke, and all the others were in the after Shippuden and all that stuff. Like I feel like they should have made a series like of the characters in their 20s or late 20s or anything like that. I mean before Boruto, before they made Boruto. Like show us all the abilities, the powers, the potential of all these characters before making a second generation. Because in like for example, you have a lot of characters in Boruto. We know how powerful Naruto and Sasuke are. We know how powerful Sakura is. We know a lot of things about like people like Hinata and stuff like that. But then there's some characters that had a lot of potential in terms of plot that were kind of pushed to the side, like Rock Lee, Ten who Ten like literally a swing set has more screen time than her, and like Kiba, all these other characters that like we enjoyed and we liked seeing in the show, they were kind of pushed to the side for the kind of by the ending, and now we just don't know because now in Boruto they're freaking jobbers. Like every time a new villain shows up, it's like, okay, Kiba, Rock Lee, go attack them, yeah, they get their asses kicked, and then like we're just like, okay, guess all the training that Rock Lee did his entire life was fucking worthless. It's like it's just shit like that. I feel they should just like develop these characters. Let's see their full potential, and then like introduce us to a new cast for a season two. Not season two. I mean, a second generation.
I feel like that's what they're going to do with the new series. But I want to go
Thank
back
God.
to when you guys were talking about how like actors are getting treated poorly.
Mhm.
When I was talking to this guy, I asked him like what he was doing here, and I didn't mean it like in like a mean spirited way. I was like, "What are you
Fuck you
doing?"
doing here, motherfucker?
No, but
What you
I
doing
asked
here?
him.
Points a
He
gun
said,
at him.
unfortunately, he said, unfortunately, like actors don't make as much as people think. They make this guy he makes a lot less, and he has to work 3 jobs at
Well,
once.
it depends on how much
Yeah,
dough you bring in. Like
Hmm.
for example, if imagine you're Robert Downey Jr. or a guy like Tom Cruise or a guy like
that's
The
the one's
Rock,
going to easily make a lot of
of
money.
course you're gonna make a shit ton of money because you bring in shit ton of money. And I feel like it's sad because like for example stunt doubles and everything, one of the reasons why they're not paid as much, I feel, is because they're, well, not that they're not credited, but it's because they're not the star. They're basically the one that takes the hit for the stars. But I feel that you should be paid more generously if that's the case, because like I mean, you're the one that's making sure the star doesn't go out there and snap his fucking neck on the first bump. It's like you're the one who's taking all this shit, those broken bones, those literal death stunts where like you have chances of getting freaking killed out there. Like it's a dangerous job, and you should be paid handsomely for it. Like I just think it's kind of ridiculous how Marvel treats some of their like stuntables, especially how some of these stunts are pretty dangerous. Like
Yeah.
Which
then
one do you think?
you got guys that like that I give a lot of kudos, like Tom Cruise, like guys that do their own stunts. But like
Yeah.
when it comes to Marvel, Marvel is kind of iffy about that, Like Simu Liu, when it came to Shang-Chi, like he had a history of doing his own stunts, like a history of doing his own acrobatics, his own martial arts, his own shit. So like, of course, they were like, okay, this Shang-Chi, we're making a movie about like Chinese culture, all that shit, and like fucking kung fu and stuff like that. So they got him because he knew how to do like they got those actors because they knew how to do their own stunts, their own kung fu, their own martial arts, all that stuff. So when it's like that, I feel like they give a bit of leeway. But when an actor is kind of, really excited about the project and like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to do my own stunts. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like
Kind of like
Marvel is
Tom
kind of like,
Holland.
the Marvel is kind of like, nah. Tom Holland is
Um,
Tom Holland. I feel like they gave him a lot of leeway because like the guy
yeah.
does low key acrobatics. Like
Mhm.
he
He
does
does a lot
like
of his
He was
stunts,
in
but if
theater
you
and stuff.
look at like when he was doing an interview, you could see like one of the stunts being done in the background, and where the guy was getting pelted by a bunch of water.
yeah.
That looked really like really bad on like the stunt double, like because that was like water hitting your body that fast would I'm pretty sure they had like a bunch of nets and stuff though, but man, having to do that over
Yeah.
and over again would probably hurt after a while.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
that
sure. Like those stunt doubles have to go through hell. Not only that, sometimes the first take, even though they might land the stunt perfectly, sometimes they want to get it from a different angle or a better shot, or sometimes
yeah.
like something fucked up, so they have to do it over again. And sometimes like those stunts are fucking terrible. Sometimes like they have to be painful, and they're like, okay, I know you just broke your femur like 10 times, but we gotta do another take. Like the guy's like, oh, okay, fair enough. It's like, and he's not getting paid as well for it, so it's like. I think
Like
that's the part where it's kind of ridiculous.
I hope they got good insurance at least from it.
They got good
Non
insurance.
non the non the non the U.S. they don't.
Yeah, U.S. insurance
But
sucks dick.
Well, it's
uh,
like well, it's the thing with U.S. Because I want to get into that because it's kind of like it's kind of like we're getting into politics now, and I don't want to talk about that.
yep.
Yeah.
But like when it came to like the thing with the U.S. healthcare and Canada healthcare, a lot of the people in the U.S. seem to like envy us in Canada, saying, "Oh fuck yeah, you guys have free healthcare. That means I can break my fucking leg at work, and a guy will just take me in, and yeah, fine." It's like it kind of is like that, but
It's
it's
not.
not
It doesn't work. It
exactly
doesn't work
like
kind
that.
of like that.
It no no
It,
it's not really like that because the thing is okay. So in the U.S., every time that I've injured myself in Florida or anything like that, I've injured myself a few times in Florida, and I had to be taken to a U.S. hospital. And most of the time in the U.S. hospital is you go there, you go there, you say, I fucked myself up, like either a checkup or like you low key fucked yourself up and you need stitches or some shit. Is
Mhm.
like yes, you're gonna pay a certain amount, and sometimes it'll be really fucking expensive,
Mhm.
but you're gonna get your like at least for me because I can't speak for everybody. I got service pretty much instantly. Like
yeah.
I got there
Is
were
it?
doctors instantly ready to help me and say, okay, you okay here, okay, you opened yourself up a bit there. We're just gonna put in a bit of like so we're gonna
Stitches.
seal that up real quick and like you'll be good. But once it comes to Canada, it's like I could go there with a broken like my grandpa, for example, fell down the stairs at some point and broke his ankle. So he had to take him to the hospital, and he waited 9 hours before
I was
someone
about to
was ready
say,
to take
isn't
him
there a
in.
waiting
Oh,
list?
I heard that.
There is a waiting list, but when it comes to emergencies, they'll take you in instantly, but you will still have to wait quite a while before a room is free. Because sometimes some people will go there and just ask for a room and ask for like, oh my god, the pain is severe and stuff like that. And like it's not that bad sometimes, but they still have to take the guy in and make sure he's okay. Because who knows, he might have a tumor or something. We don't fucking know.
Mhm.
So it's like it's the thing. Yes, we have free healthcare, but it's also because our healthcare is technically paid by our salary. is what I think it is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in stuff like that, but like basically we when we receive like a salary, we pay a certain tax that pays for basically all our insurances and shit. But yeah, like I'm not an expert in this. So I'm just gonna stop talking about that. But like basically the difference between both of it is in Canada, you have to wait.
That's a
You have to
wait.
wait a shit ton of a time, and in the U.S. it's almost instant. It's just it costs a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you're paying for getting in line faster.
Pretty much.
It's
Yeah.
like a
But
fast pass.
Yeah.
concerning like your guys' healthcare, sometimes I hear about like there's like these guys with like really bad injuries that said that they took a couple of months before they could actually go in and get the surgery that he needed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
But
sad because when my grandpa broke his ankle, his my dad has a lot of connections in the U.S. because he owns a farming company, and he basically he tweeted out saying like we've been waiting 9 fucking hours for my dad to get the because of like he just said we've
yeah,
been waiting 9 fucking hours for my dad to get some fucking service in this hospital, and like my U.S. friends, how long did you guys have to wait to get service like in your hospitals? And most of the friends were like, oh, maximum up to 1 hour, 2 hours. And others were saying, oh, 30 minutes at max and shit like that. It's like, why the fuck aren't we getting that? Yeah, it's because our hospitals are full and we don't have enough doctors. And like, doctors aren't paid well enough in Canada. Like, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
apparently,
I,
like,
I,
there's a lot of
I
like
think
staff missing.
I think that that tax that you guys pay for the free medical care also goes towards their salaries as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it goes to pretty much everything. At least from what I like. I could like from what I said, I could be saying absolute bullshit. Like, there's probably gonna be someone in the comments saying, "Well, that's not true. It actually works like this," and I'm gonna be like, you know what? Fair enough, man. Like, I don't know shit about this subject. Like,
I
I'm not even gonna try and defend myself on that because I don't want to start an argument on healthcare. It is a subject that I know nothing about. I just said what I think it works like, and I'm pretty sure it
Yeah.
works like that.
by the
But the
way,
main thing I was trying to say is that in the US, I didn't have to wait long, but it cost a lot. In Canada, it doesn't cost anything, but I had to wait like 9 hours.
Yeah.
So
So they
that's the
both
only
have their
difference I tried
positives
to
and
point out.
negatives.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you just so you guys know, I got this information from a teacher who we decided to talk about the difference between the healthcare systems.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that is where I got my information. But anyways, back on subject. He doesn't he does like cosplay and goes to and works with like Tesla to be like their spokesperson. So
Nice.
so he went in with like his like this full on Iron Man suit, and it was awesome. And he did went up on stage.
That is sick. I'll have to admit that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. But
Never seen that before.
oh
I'll
no,
go check it out on
he's not.
YouTube at
Well,
some point.
apparently he's not his stunt double, but I'm gonna assume that he's just like a one of their doubles that they
I
have
know
like
so
screen time.
I know celebrities have like many doubles depending on stunts.
And it
Yeah,
also depends
but
on which double can go
what?
and all that and pricing.
Yeah, yeah, so yeah, some celebrities apparently that have fucking ass doubles. Like the one
Wait,
that plays
really?
the one that plays Captain Marvel, I keep forgetting her fucking name. Brie Larson.
Yeah.
I heard that she has ass doubles. Like basically in
Well,
some angles, like in real life, I've seen like because I've seen the memes about it, and
Are you just
it showed
looking
like
oh
up
Tom.
my
random ass
gosh.
online?
No, no, no. I've seen a meme about it. It showed this is what the meme was saying. Like this is the unbalance that Thanos was speaking of. It shows Tom Holland on set, and he's fucking caked up in his Spider-Man suit, and you have fucking Brie Larson in her Captain Marvel suit, and she has like the flattest ass ever. And
Oh
like
my god.
and then I did some research, and it's like okay, it's like because I heard that she had ass doubles, and I was like that can't be real. Like no fucking way. And apparently she does. Apparently many celebrities have ass doubles. Like
That's not
for
real.
Oh,
example
that's
in
interesting.
for example in 50 Shades of
Oh.
Grey,
Oh.
in
Oh.
50 Shades of Grey, the chick that gets fucked like by Mr. Grey in the movie.
That dick is
Um,
not his dick. It's another
no,
guy's.
no, 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 not Mr. Grey. In terms of this, in terms of the chick, she basically for like during the sex scenes, I think that behind the scenes, I guess Mr. Grey's technically fucking like 4 different people in the same shot.
Oh my
My
Because for a different
Jesus
angle, they
Christ.
want to make because for the different angle, they want to make the thigh or the boob look smoother, so they get
Oh
another
my
chick to like
god.
go in for the shot.
Your
Then
left
the
hit
other
looks
part is like,
better.
okay, now we. Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's kind of fucked when I think about it because it's just like
Oh my
imagine you're on set and you're
god.
about to film a sex scene, and then you're told by the producer, "Yeah, bruh, your ass looks fucking terrible. So we're gonna get this random dude right here to film a shot for your ass and pretend it's your character's ass, and just look at the producers like, bruh." It's like,
And then let's change this one chick because her left hit and her shoulder looks better than her left hit.
exactly.
My
At that point, at that point, honestly, like I'm not surprised why so many fucking like actors go through fucking like
Emotional.
those like self-esteem issues because it's just like
oh
they're
yeah.
constantly being told, yeah, your ass doesn't look good, we're just gonna get someone else to film your ass, and it's like, oh, your stunts, you can't do backflips for shit, so like we're just gonna get this guy to do it. Oh, you can't do this, can't do that, and then you're just like bruh, it's like, am I even fucking adequate? Like at that point they're just filming my face, like every other shot, like it's just a random dude doing that for me. Like, what the fuck, man? It's
All
like,
right.
All right.
let's.
I think we I think we bled this topic dry now.
oh, pretty
Now
much.
we're going way
I
off topic.
think we
All right.
milked this cow.
So I was doing research a little bit when you guys were going on
Oh
rant,
no.
of course.
Oh
Um,
my god.
so because I couldn't think of anything at the moment, and I started writing down my own stuff. So the next topic is childhood habits. I want to ask you
Yeah.
your guys' childhood habits. Could you?
I have multiple. So when I was growing up, I have ADHD. I will make that clear now. So
Awesome.
whenever I'm sitting there and I can't do anything, I do the first thing I can think of, which is usually chew my nails.
Mm.
I still do it to this day because of my ADHD, and I hate it because my nails are now super short. But I also did once tried to once as a habit. I actually would chew on an eraser, and that I grew out of that real quick.
Okay, I used to eat dog food, so don't worry about it.
I
Okay.
tried that once, because I was curious, and
I tried that
I regret
recently for a
that.
meme.
I tried like
Mm.
those those like dry dog food
Yeah,
things that they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that they put in those bags. Yeah,
Yeah, dried
I
bits,
just
yeah.
threw I just threw one in my mouth one day because it said it was beef and chicken, and I was like, oh, I wonder how this tastes, and I was like, ah,
no.
no.
See, the thing is, my childhood had brain whatever the fuck I was on when I was a kid. Swear I was sniffing paint fumes. But
Adderall.
anywho, I used to like actually enjoy that shit. Like I would go outside every day, take a handful, throw it in my mouth, and go outside and play.
Oh my.
Jesus Christ.
Then again, there's someone that's probably out there that's probably eating a whole lot more dog food than you did.
He just
I mean,
looks up at us when he hears that topic.
most likely
Yeah.
that's what Marvel Studios makes his VFX artist eat because they it's like, sorry guys, we don't have enough money to feed you, so here's some fucking dog food. Like, then they're just like, bruh.
Uh, Man, I wonder how long their breaks were. They were must have not had that long of a break, considering how long those movies are and how many takes they probably take.
I mean,
Yeah,
consider it the
they probably hold them at gunpoint, like
Most likely, yeah.
making sure they like animate the scenes. Like, it's like, all right, you need to animate Scarlett Johansson's ass to bounce more in this scene. And this guy's like, bruh, it's like, I'm hungry.
I gotta say that I gotta give props to their entire like the entire team that does like the effects and everything. Cause sitting on their butts on those freaking just on the computers, how long it probably takes just to do one small thing is
Takes a lot
probably
of passion.
insane.
It takes a lot of passion, that's for sure. But Marvel, like their
Yeah,
VFX
Why we
is
I'd be
slowly
so burnt out if I was them.
we
but
went back to this
it's
topic?
it's slowly becoming worse. It's slowly becoming worse and fucking worse because of the
Yeah.
amount of them that are fucking quitting.
Oh
They're
yeah,
just like, bro, I'm tired. I'm tired of eating your dog food and shit. Like, I ain't fucking
Like
working for this
did you
place no
hear
more. I'm
the
not taking this shit.
did you hear the head
The
person?
She-Hulk show was so bad.
Did you hear the head person of the VFX artists and editors got fired?
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I was like,
Yeah,
now they
they
can actually take
yeah,
their because she was forcing them to hurry up in time. Like, dude, it's like art like that takes longer in time. That's why like a lot of like newer Marvel movies and shows are shit.
Yeah. The fucking She-Hulk
Yeah.
VFX looked like fucking
Uh,
GTA 5 cutscenes.
it,
Like,
yeah, back from 2013.
yeah, pretty much.
But and then the
Black Widow.
jokes did not land very well in that show either. To be
No, it's
honest.
terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Like,
Like, I guess it's
Yeah.
like back to the childhood
yeah.
habits thing.
So
We
Yeah.
kind of whiffed over that.
my childhood habits was a lot. Like I said, you guys already heard when I ate dog food as a kid. Um,
Yeah.
so to go along with what Brent said, I still chew my nails, but the thing is, I still like I don't have fingernail clippers because I got my mouth, and
Yeah.
I learned how to trim them and look nice still with my um. Like I said, biting them, but like I know that sounds gross and shit, but of course I make sure I wash my hands, I brush my teeth after I do it. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm taking care of myself still. But
There's a lot of people that do it, so I'm pretty sure like the majority of it's like a probably one of the most common habits was chewing your nails.
but like a couple of
If I
habits I
remember
also
correctly.
yeah, it is for sure. A couple of the other
Hmm.
habits I wrote down because I have a lot. They were more so like kind of like things I've did instead of like habits. So like you guys remember the game don't touch the ground with the balloon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
remember like I put a dent in my friend's fucking wall because I jumped off his bed to hit 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 the balloon and I
Well,
dove right into his wall.
I
Yeah.
got thrown into a wall before.
What?
That was pretty fun. Yeah. I snuck up on my cousin and scared him enough where he picked me up, threw me over his shoulder into a wall.
Have,
But I wasn't hurt. It did not.
that hurt?
Thankfully, it wasn't concrete. I would that would have not been great.
Jesus.
But but yeah, he is very strong. It is he's like been a really good at football. So if that tells you anything
Yeah,
about how strong he'd be.
yeah.
But
Um,
I had my leg sticking into it, and then
my
he
God.
he freaked out and was asking if I was okay. I was like,
Did you
yeah, I'm
break your
fine.
leg?
No, my
Uh,
adrenaline kicked in a little bit though.
Jesus.
when your adrenaline kicks in, you don't feel anything
No, but I did not
No.
feel. I didn't even get hurt, so nothing was broken. Everything was fine.
Not thank God.
until you
Yeah,
get 50 years old.
that's that's why I said the only people that got angry is the people that own the house.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
just just come back to see people throw themselves into your fucking wall, and you're just like, the
Yeah,
fuck, man.
you see a
why?
child go
Why?
through the you see a child get thrown outside the house through the wall.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Uh,
Another like,
I yeah,
sorry.
it's fun.
Another habit I've did was I don't know if you guys did this, but when you're at a restaurant and you're always like handed like so many freaking straws and all that shit, did you guys used to
Yeah.
try to combine the multiple straws to get like inside of each other and make one big long straw?
Yeah, yeah, I remember trying that
No,
before when I was a kid.
but what I would do is I would rip off the like the paper off the
Yeah.
top and then just blow it in someone's face.
Oh, I still do all this shit to this day. Like even the like things that like those door springy stopper things that you would like you could flick and they would
Yeah.
wiggle. I still do that to this day. Like what the fuck? Um Another one I put down was what did I write? Oh, okay. You know those rubber sticky animals, they're like flat and they're like sticky and you could stretch them like the slap hand
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
Yeah,
material.
yeah.
those slap hands.
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever
Yeah.
like threw those on the ceiling and they would just stick there for like days on end? And when
No,
by the time
but
you
I
took them
threw it.
off the
I threw
ceiling,
mine
it
at the
like
fan to watch it go around in circles.
smack someone. I've actually done that before with a slap hand and actually slapped their face and it was hilarious. It was like perfect timing.
I smacked my brother a few times with that when I was a kid because that was like our little joke. We would have like a duel with that. We would like both grab it and we'd like attempt to smack the other one in the fucking face.
Well, yeah,
My
that's always a
mine
fun.
was my dueling was more of like Nerf wars.
I did a
I
lot of
was really good. I was
Yeah,
really good at Nerf
and
wars.
Nerf was a fun shit. Like when I was a kid, it was just like right now I'm mostly like an airsoft type of guy, but like I did enjoy like the Nerf. I had a lot of guns when I was a kid. I do remember, except for me,
I
like
only
I
had
feel like
like 4.
my main shit when I was a kid, like me and my cousins, we all had Nerf guns. We'd throw our Nerf guns in the center, and like basically we'd have kind of a thing. Okay, we pick teams, and we pick a gun in the center. And we're like, okay, so we picked a gun. For me, I would always pick a pistol and a sword. So I was like, okay, so because no one wanted the sword because they're like, bro, like you pick the sword, you're gonna get fucking maimed. Like the second you go close to someone, you're gonna get shot.
Ken has
There's
been
like that.
training for Jedi your whole life.
That's the thing. I was just like, I was like, no, like because the thing with a sword, it's like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass to get close to the person, but first of all, if you hide in the right places, it's okay. And not only that, like if you're in deep shit and you see, oh shit, the guy spotted me, you still have the pistol.
Hmm.
Like, so I was like, okay, so I'm good with that. So basically, what I would do is we would
John
play
Wick.
Nerf Wars. We would usually go in my playroom and we would play in the dark.
Oh my
But we'd
god,
have like
yes.
lights everywhere. So I'd hide like under mattresses and under couches and shit. So when my fucking like anyone would pass by, I'd start stabbing their shins and then like going up and stabbing people.
You just make them
Like
eat
it's
shit on the ground. Ah! Poof!
pretty much like I remember tripping my cousin once because he was running away from my brother was shooting at him, and I fucking stabbed his shins with like my little fucking foam Nerf sword, and he fucking ate shit on the ground. Then like no sympathy whatsoever. My brother just fucking starts fucking shooting at him with his like fucking Nerf like minigun.
Oh my god, I remember the minigun.
But yeah, I was very good with the pistol. I hit some crazy shots. I
I
remember
I
I
was
shot
guns
this one
bounce.
bullet. It bounced off top of a chair and hit my cousin in the head,
Nice.
and that was one of the greatest shots I ever did, and that because I counted.
Fair enough. I don't know about you guys, but along with that, like whenever it came to like the end of a Nerf war, because of this goes along with the childhood habits as well with the Nerf gun thing. But like, have you ever like got to the point like like the lights are off, but you get so bored you start doing your childhood habits in the middle of a Nerf war when you're like hiding or something? I was that kid that would start messing with the freaking light switch and shit. Like I would try to balance it like to make sure the light switch is in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever tried to
Yeah,
do that.
I remember doing that because I wanted to know if it was possible when I was a kid. I was just like, what if I can turn the light on and off at the same time?
The
That was
house
my that was
explodes.
that was my mentality when I was a kid. I was like, what if like because again, like I was explained to that as a kid, like I was like, how the fuck does this thing turn on and off with just a switch? Then my mom explained to me like, the complicated way, but I didn't understand shit. Like she was just, oh, like this means negative power and this is positive power, so it makes electricity go. And I'm just like, bro, I don't even know what fucking electricity is. I'm like fucking 6 years old. And I'm just like,
Electron,
okay, fair.
neutron.
So I'm like, fuck it. And basically what I said, what I thought was like, okay, negative and positive energy. What if I can combine both of them? So I just put it in the middle, hoping something happens, and nothing would happen. I get so fucking disappointed.
The house
I,
It's like
explodes.
yeah,
I feel
I can tell
also
you what would actually happen.
one childhood habit of mine I remember is I would eat grasshoppers for some reason.
Eat
I don't know why.
grasshoppers.
I don't know why. I don't know why. That was like I stopped that really early, but like I remember that used to be one of my habits. And another one was
Man's eating fucking grasshoppers out in the yard. Just all you see is Ken
It gets
crouching by.
protein in, bro.
well, it's because there was a lot of grasshoppers. Since I live on the countryside,
Me too. Me too.
there's a lot of bugs. So it's like I had grasshoppers like fucking hopping all around the field, and then I would just fucking grab one, and I was like, oh, what a beautiful grasshopper. And then one day I just put it in my mouth and started chewing on it, and I was like, I don't even remember the taste, but all I know is that as a kid I kept doing it until my mom caught me, like just grabbing a grasshopper and biting its head off.
Oh
Then
my
my then
god.
my then
How
my
big
mom
were
was just
your
like,
fucking grasshoppers?
then my mom was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's like, no, you don't eat grasshoppers, you dumb fuck. So I was like, okay, it's like fair enough. So then I
First
stopped
eating
like really
cockroaches.
fucking quick.
I, I
No,
wanna.
no, none of that. I
I,
think I stopped eating like live bugs afterwards. I think another like habit of mine was fuck, I forgot about that one, but it's like it's a really like big one that I used to do. Oh yeah, when we would go to water parks with my family, like my family used to take me to water parks when I was a kid, and I was told by my dad that if you pee in the water at a water park, the water will turn purple
That is
or blue. I
per-
think it's blue.
that is actually all false. If you didn't know that.
It is false. I learned that later in life, but basically when I was a kid, I was like, I thought that was so cool, saying, "Wait, so the water turns pure blue?" And he was like, "Yeah, so don't pee in the water, or else people will know."
Ken is
And I'm
like
a fuck,
challenged.
and that's the thing. I was a kid, like I was a kid, like so, like for me, water turning pure blue sounds like fucking awesome. It's like pouring Kool-Aid in water. So it's just like what the fuck? I want to try this out. So I just go in the water, and people around me could just see me like just sitting down in the water, then saying, "Why isn't he like playing? He's usually such an active child," and I'm just there like, "No, it's because I'm fucking pissing. I'm trying to make the water blue," and I get so disappointed when the water didn't turn blue.
Did
It's
anyone
like,
did anyone else as a kid like you would take a great piss? It was always like every other piss. All you hear is, "Tss." Oh my god, that feels it's like it's just a sigh of relief. It's just like it's
honestly,
just
no, for me it'd be
Every
like for
time that
me
I drink beer, that's
for,
what it feels like.
for me it would be kind of a chill of relief where like my skin gets all shaky. It's like
pea
it's
shivers.
like no, it's like literally I shiver. I get like a slight shiver, like whoa, like that because I just pissed and I really had to. So I'm just like,
I
holy shit. I get
Yeah, I
like a
had one
slight
of those
shiver. I'm just like,
before.
whoa, shit. I'm just like, that's the
I I
thing.
remember I remember why I had one of those though. It was because I had to hold it in almost the entire workday,
Well, they're called
and
pea shivers.
for like over 5 hours, I had to hold it in, and
My
that was
god.
and when I finally let it out, I felt the shiver. So I know what you're talking about.
No, that's definitely a thing. But like the
I was like,
holding it in for the entire day, Jesus Christ. Like for me, we have a bathroom at work and everything, and like every time I'm a really good employee at work. Like I'm one of like the better ones. I'm one of the higher placed ones in the lumber yard, so like that's good. But like when there's moments when the people inside who bring out orders for us to do, they're like they see me going, and then they're just like, "Oh, Gab, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do that," and I'm just like, "No."
Can
They're
I
like, "Why? It's
pee?
your that's the thing. I just like they just like Ken, you gotta fucking do this. Like you can't be doing you can't be fucking around. I'm just like, no, I'm going to piss. Like, and sometimes they'll actually try and argue with me. They'll just be like, no, you need to do this order. I'm just like, hey, listen to me, bitch. Piss off. I'm gonna go piss. Fuck you.
I'll
It's
pee in your
like,
so
mouth.
there's yeah,
no, no,
so
no,
so
I no. Like I remember once, one of the because the person who hands us like these basically these bills to like prepare orders of like whether it's wood, drywall, or anything like that. She's very argumentative and she's kind of a bitch. So it's basically she goes up to me and she's like, "Hand me out this order," and I'm just like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I tell her I'll do it, but I say, "But first I gotta go pee." And she says, "No, you gotta do it now. It's an emergency." I just check. It's like this shit's due tomorrow. I can go pee. And then it's just like she starts fucking arguing with me just because I want to go take a piss. And eventually, I get so fed up with it, and I look her straight in the fucking eyes, and I just go, either I go pee in the bathroom, or I pee right in front of you. Like, like Loki saying that I was gonna piss my pants right in front of her, like almost a sign of dominance. And she just got so fucking weirded out, just like, oh, okay, like another time, like I threatened I was gonna pee on her desk, like if she didn't let me go pee
I
in the
will
like
bathroom.
put your computer into the fucking grave right now if you don't let me pee.
It's like, well, it's good. I
so
actually like my boss actually told me he's like, so I heard you like threaten someone inside. I was like, I didn't threaten anyone. It's like, well, like she's saying that you threatened her. I'm like, oh wow. It's like he's like, no, I did. Funny enough, it's because I think I would have looked better if I said that I actually threatened her because I said no. I just said that if she didn't let me go pee, I was gonna pee on her desk, and then my boss just started fucking busting out laughing. It's just like wow. It's like yes, it is technically a threat, but from what she was saying, she didn't specify what threat I said. So like my boss said that he thought that I threatened to kill her or something. Like I threatened to beat her up. It's like no, I said if that she didn't let me go to the bathroom, I was gonna piss on her desk. That was my threat. Is like it's not a threat of physical violence. It's a promise. I am going to piss on her desk if I can't piss in the bathroom.
or
Like
better yet, just piss in her trash can in her office. So and
Ew.
oh Jesus,
and then you would then she'd
that's
be like
enough.
freaking out, wondering where it was.
She just smells like it just smells terrible at some point. She's like, the fuck, why does it smells like piss? And she just checks
What?
in her fucking trash can. All the shit that she's been putting in her trash can has just been dipped in piss. It's like, oh shit.
She
Imagine
Oh
she
no.
just
think
for by accident she drops her phone in the fucking trash can. She's like, oh shucks, I'm such a klutz, and then puts her hand to reach for the phone, and she realizes she's putting her hand in piss, and her phone is covered in piss.
ah shit.
She's like, what the? It's like, shucks, I'm such a klutz. It's like, oh shit, now my hand is in piss.
So my work
But
is just bathrooms though, but there is like specific spots that get put on. If you
yeah,
those don't know, I work in retail. Uh, there's specific spots that you cannot leave unless someone comes over to takes over for you. We didn't
that
have
sucks.
anyone.
That
That's why I
sucks.
had to hold it in.
That's what you.
So,
That's why while you're checking shit out, you just piss right there.
Just
oh no, no, because I can't. The reason I can't do that is because one of those spots is the self check. So guess where they
Gotta
put
self
me?
check these nuts. It fucking pulls down
So,
his pants and
no, if that was the case, I'd be
piss.
pissing the trash can that's right next to me where I stand.
Like yeah, when
But
you gotta go, you gotta go. It's a fucking human need.
yeah.
It's
but
just
when
human.
like they said that I can only do it in case of emergency, but um
Piece fucking going down your leg, and
when
you're just
when
like,
that
bitch, I
ha-
think this is emergency.
when that happened though, that was I never felt so relieved in my life after I let it out.
Sacrifice for piss.
Definitely.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, welcome to the Beanbag Boys podcast, where we talk about the satisfaction of pissing.
I mean, honestly, it is one of the most satisfying things, especially when you have to hold it.
Nah,
Do you guys have any
that
other
nutting.
childhood habits?
Yes, I have some. I had a weird thought growing up.
Wait,
So wherever I
what's a
went,
childhood habit? That's intrusive.
I mean,
Like,
I
the
mean,
childhood habit of
no.
thinking of banging my teacher.
So no, what it was
It's
I
wrong.
had during my childhood, um, I would think the wind was following me
Like a
because everywhere I
foreshadowing of
went,
you about
there was some sort of wind that would hit me in my body, and I swear I thought it was following me
the wind is
through the.
not fucking me. Ah!
Jesus.
Oh my gosh, AJ.
Um, another childhood habit.
Oh,
I have two more. I
oh my
you
gosh.
remember the slap bracelet?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to give people bruises. I would be that kid who would start whipping them.
Oh
I
my
would be like, "Hey, you
gosh.
want it?"
Jesus Christ.
Another one I would have is you know those just any type of swings in general. We are me and my cousins especially. We used to do this together at our campgrounds. But we used to like I don't know if you guys did, but this was definitely like a childhood activity. Is you would get on a swing and you guys would twist a swing all the way until you can't twist anymore and then let go.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Definitely.
And then like
Definitely.
by the end you
That
would
was
get
the thing.
blood blisters from the chain catching in your neck or something. It's like
Yeah. That would happen.
but yeah,
Some days.
those are my childhood habits that I could remember.
I other than that, I feel like, I mean, since during my childhood I was bullied a lot. I guess like I don't know if that's a habit or just like a self defense mechanism, but like basically it was I don't know, like at school I would get picked on a lot, and most of the time it would get physical. Like the kids would start beating at me and everything. And since I was like, my mom always raised me when I was a kid to, I guess, walk away, because
Yeah.
already when I was 11, or like when I was 7, I know that I was already like nearing 5'11".
Yeah.
Like, and when I was
How fucking tall are you? Holy shit.
when I was 11, I got to 6 foot, and I know I got to 6'3" at 13, and then I didn't grow an inch later than that.
So you're
So
6'3"
like,
now.
I'm 6'3" now, and like it's not going
Holy
any further than that.
shit. You're six. Holy fuck.
I stopped growing post 6'3". I got to 6'3" when I got in high school, and basically, that's the thing. So, of course, you're an 11-year-old, and there's a lot of 11-year-olds around you, and they see this 6 foot 11-year-old, and some of them, of course, some of them are like, "Oh, that's nice. He's just tall." And then there's others that say, "Oh, that's an opportunity to, woo the chick I have a crush on in my class. So I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of this big guy and make myself
The
look strong."
biggest guy in the world.
And that's the thing. It kind of like prison mentality. I'm gonna go beat
Prison
up the
mentality.
yeah,
Get
it's like
your
prison
ass
mentality. It's like I'm gonna go beat up the biggest, tallest guy in the yard and then look like a fucking Chad.
and get your
But the
mouth or teeth
but
knocked
but
in.
that but that's the thing. It's like my parents always taught me, be like, Gab, like you're bigger, you're stronger than most of these guys, like, and
Don't
don't
do
like just
anything.
don't do anything, because like some parents are like, even when the child is at fault, like some parents will be like, we're suing you because your child beat the fuck out of my child and stuff like that. So like my mom didn't want any of that, and only that she said like it's not the way to go, because she didn't want me to be a fucking like ruckus that just beats the fuck out of everyone. So she's like, just walk away.
Justice.
That's the thing. But it's like she's like just walk away, and I was like, okay. But it's hard to walk away when you're being held down. But then like I would get all these fucking situations where I get like beat to shit and stuff like that. And I guess a habit of mine for defending myself was biting. I bit a lot of people but I don't know. That was just like every time I get held down, my main, like, I guess, eh, no matter what, like when I was a kid, like when my mom knew that I was getting bullied and shit, she took me to jujitsu classes and shit like that.
Oh
Jujitsu.
my.
And like even after doing like a bit of jujitsu and all that stuff, like instead of just using what they taught me, I was like, fuck it, biting. And I was like, you know,
Just,
like
just follow
the kid would put his hand in my face to like keep me down, and I just fucking bite his whole hand. It's like
Num num num.
not only that, it's like I get scared, so I bite hard. So like the kid would go crying to the fucking teacher about saying, "Yeah, bit me." But then the of course, like since I was always like kind of the goody two shoes at school, like they mostly believe my stories. Like, I mean, he beat the fuck out of me. I tried to defend myself. And yeah, well, also it's because the bruises didn't lie. So like, of course, the teacher sees me with a fucking like bruise on my head, like, and shit like that. And he just has a bite mark. Like, she believed me. He's like, okay, no, you're a fucking punk little kid. You try to put this guy in trouble for defending himself. Eat a dick. Then he gets sent to
Eat
the
a
principal.
dick.
But no, it's just shit like that. Like, I don't know, I've been bullied in preschool and high school. I mean, beginning of high school, like rest of high school, I was pretty okay. But preschool, I think I got bullied till because since in Canada we only have up till sixth grade. I was bullied till sixth grade, but it was on the one of the last days of sixth grade that I stopped getting bullied because I snapped.
Oh, yeah.
And then high school, I got bullied by some of the other guys because I was weird. Like they described me as weird. I didn't think it was weird. Like I was kind of like a geek, so like I guess that they felt their need to, I guess, give me shit for it. And again, it would go physical. And I feel like the bullying stopped around sec 3, I think, my third year of high school, because once again I snapped. So it was like, you know, I guess it's just shit like that, I don't know, like my in preschool, I had it fun when it came to I had a lot of good teachers and a lot of good people around me, and I had friends and all, but like not a lot of them, and most of my friends I had in preschool were just kind of people that would like go see me for 2 minutes and then go back to their own friend group. So it was like kind of like that. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And then high school, I had friends and all, but I did get bullied a lot, so I was like, fuck it.
I was gonna
So
say I got bullied a lot too, so no worries there.
but yeah, but it's like I guess like in terms of like snapping and shit like that, I don't know. Every time I come back back home and everything, my mom would always tell me like, oh, like did something happen? I'm like, yeah, and like she understood, but at the same time she was kind of disappointed because it's like she told me not to do that, but there's moments where there's only so many times you can go to the principal's office and realize that there's no actual change happening, because I feel like at some point I'm going to tell that to my kids where it comes to bullying. If someone picks on you and bullies you and it actually gets physical, yes, go to the teachers first, because sometimes it does help.
Hmm.
But most of the problems that I've had in high school, especially, is the teacher wouldn't do shit about it because it didn't really see it as worthwhile.
Yeah.
But so what I feel like I can tell, what I would tell to my kids in situations like that is like, I mean, if they won't solve the problem, you gotta solve it yourself. So beat the fuck out of them. So that's I guess that's my tip I'd give my kids. Like, call me a bad dad, however you want, but I wouldn't want my kids to go through the fucking bullying I've went through, because it has repercussions even today because of I guess lack of self esteem and inferiority complex from being beaten by all these guys and just not fighting back. Like, it kind of gives you an inferiority complex, and I wouldn't want like my kids to have that, like, because that shit affects me even today. So, but honestly, it does feel good. I guess all these people that like treat you like shit and beat the fuck out of you, then you get to just show that, hey, all this time it's just because I wasn't fighting back. Now we're fighting back. It's like, I guess it just feels good because it actually shows them that, like, hey, it's like, you're only shit because I let you be shit, but now
Hmm.
you ain't shit.
Exactly.
Like,
They're shit. They're quote shit in school, but when they get out of school, they're not the shit anymore.
no, I wouldn't beat them like after school. I beat them during school, like, because that's because they'd harass me like pretty much fucking everywhere, out of class, everything like that, in the schoolyard. While I was just trying to chill. So it's like, in the end, I'm just like, fuck off. Like, I'm done with that. Like, of course, I try to be as civil as possible. In high school, I feel like I didn't have to snap as much. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
as physical as it was when I was in preschool. But in high school, the main thing was pretty much just like, it was, a few shoves and, yeah, like, punch and stuff like that, but it didn't go like really further than that. It just kind of showed that, like, hey, I'm done with your guys' shit. Just leave me alone. Because
Exactly.
I wasn't asking for much. I wasn't asking, saying like, give me your money and stuff like that. It was literally just me saying, like, guys, please, can we all like just grow up and like leave? Y'all leave me alone. Don't talk to me, and I'll, like, I'll do the same. Just like, you guys have your shit, I have mine. So it's like that. That was kind of the mentality I was trying to go through. But yeah, it's
Exactly.
like, that's the thing. I wouldn't wish that on anyone because it's all shit that I guess have repercussions even today. With I mean, it's getting better now, but like, for the longest time, I've had kind of an inferiority complex where, like, even people that like are clearly not better than me in certain things, I'd always think that everybody was better than me and everything. So it's like, it's getting better now, but still, it still has like repercussions today.
I'm so
So it's just
sorry to
shit like
hear
that.
that.
I
Oh, it's
do
fine
feel
though. It's fine. It's like, as long as like, I just have to keep working on it. It's just like, to continue learning and different stuff. And I feel like, making videos on YouTube and stuff like that has helped me a lot, because there's actually people out there that actually think I'm funny and find my content entertaining. So I guess I get to connect with a much larger amount of people, and actually knowing that I can actually do some level of good when it comes to whether it's content, whether it's martial arts, or whether it's just me going around doing shit, or just going around helping out people with their own problems. It's it actually helps a lot. It's a good thing for sure.
True.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say that I do feel fortunate enough that I wasn't really bullied at school.
Mhm.
But because I feel like I'm like one of the rare. This is one of the rare occurrences where it feels like bullying in schools have been happening more and more lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also because I feel like there's a lot more topics that are deemed controversial today, and only that, it's like, back in the day, I feel like, why I was bullied was mostly because of my appearance and how I looked, like much
Mm.
taller, and like I just didn't look like I belonged here. I was much taller, and I always kind of had like not really that it was weird, but like, you know, it's like I was much larger, much taller and everything, and like, I was kind of. Some people assumed that I was older, and that I just like kind of
Got held back and such.
had to redo a few classes and stuff like that. Some people assumed that because I was like, I looked bigger, but also it was because, like, I wouldn't say that I was a child. Like, of course, I was a child because I was the age of a child, but at the same time, it's like, some kids over there felt like they were way more mature than they actually were, and I was just embracing being a child because I'm like, hey, I'm a fucking kid. I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna do stupid shit because I'm a kid. But like them were just like, no, I want to be a man, and how I guess men beat the shit out of other people, and that's how it works. So some people I guess would just try to assert their dominance. So like they'd be like, okay, best way to assert their dominance, who's a guy that's like way fucking taller than me? They
I
see me,
guess.
who's just playing with like Pokemon cards and shit, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna go beat the fuck out of them now. so
I did
so
have
it's
a
just kind
friend
of that.
that was like extremely tall as well, and people would think the same thing. He was really chill and awesome. We would whenever we hung out, we had a good time. But
Yeah,
but your story reminded me of him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'll have to talk to him again soon. But
but I know that
we
like
don't talk too much.
oh sorry.
I
I was
think.
gonna say, but the reason why I feel like people in high school are like the ones that are mostly don't do anything is because like they don't want to get into it with
Mm.
their parents during this stage in their lives or something else or something along those lines. I don't
It
know.
it
I'm
depends
not an
on their
expert on that.
ego. It depends on their
Yeah,
ego. But I feel like in preschools it's much more common because when it comes
yeah,
to kids and younger age and everything, they're a lot more naive. And
and
so
impressionable.
basically they're impressionable. So of course they're gonna see, oh, this kid in the yard, who knows, that kid might have problems at home or anything like that, or maybe he's just raised like that. And or there's other situations where a kid is kind of going through some insecurities, looks into the yard, sees this kid beating the crap out of all these other kids, is like, wow, that kid's a cool kid, he's getting what he wants, I want what I want, I'm gonna go beat the crap out of another kid. So it's kind of like they're no, but it's kind of that because like a lot of people that like that I've met who've actually like used to be bullies, it's because they were kind of influenced by either someone else or they were influenced by their situation at home. Maybe their dad is kind of rough with them, not necessarily abuse, but like kind of cold or anything like that. So they're kind of looking for that attention, whether it comes from their parents or whether it comes from anyone else. And sometimes the way their idea of getting attention isn't the best one, because some people will try and get attention by, who knows, just being a clown, like me being, I'm the funny guy, hello, hoo-hoo, look at me. But then there's other people that like saying, I don't know, I'm not quick-witted, I can't come up with these jokes, I can't be funny, fuck it. And then they try to get a shortcut, and to them the idea of a shortcut is going around and treating everybody like crap. It gets you attention, but not the right one. So like you're just going down a path of like having no friends. So it gets like it gets kind of weird eventually. That's the thing. But like I think right now it's in preschools it's a lot more common, but of course there's still, like, I feel in high school it's a lot nastier
Yeah,
because now they're adults and they low key know how to like make
yeah.
people feel insecure and make like pick on them to like physically, like, mentally just fucking break people. Because now, like, I
That's
guess they're older, they're smarter, and they know what people don't like to happen to them, I guess.
Sorry, I had to go pee really
that's
badly.
why I feel like that that's better for them to like intervene when it's during the early stages in their life compared to if it was later stages. Because
Yeah,
later
for sure.
stages it'll be much harder to get to them than it would be if it was the earlier stages. And I feel like that's the same mindset some people will have. And it also doesn't help that there's a lot of budget cuts in a lot of schools, and most of the time it goes to the high schools.
Yeah,
So then it makes it even harder to you know do
yeah,
what needs to be done.
yeah. Oh, for
All
sure.
right. Oh, by the
But
way, the I was looking through the topics and I was like, Ken's gonna love the next one.
what's the next one again?
Oh, sorry guys, I had to really go pee. Holy crap.
She's zoned
Oh,
out.
it's okay. The all right. The
but
favorite WWE wrestler.
yeah,
Yeah,
What's the
mine
but
is Rey Mysterio.
Rey
but
Mysterio?
to end off that last topic, I will say this though: do not fight someone back that is like beating you up unless it's a last resort. Go to the teachers first,
Oh well,
then the
that's a
principal,
thing.
and
You
then
got to reach out first.
yep, you got to reach out to them first though,
Yeah, that's the thing.
and
It's just
because
when you
if
see
you
that
just
there's no way out that you gotta defend yourself.
if you just defend yourself, what'll happen is they'll put you to blame as
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
and then you're both going to get in trouble.
Hmm.
All right, and now you guys can start your WWE talk, as I know nothing about this topic except for
Well,
like two characters.
like I do like Rey Mysterio. I just feel like he's been fucked over in a lot of his storylines. I feel like his title reigns have been shorter than they should have been.
I would have to say
Like
he's my favorite though. Like I've always
oh,
liked his moves and shit.
I love Rey Mysterio. He's definitely like he's a spectacle to watch and all. I just feel like he's been fucked over by the story
He
the story
has.
writers too much. Like there's so many chances that you could have got to like have a good title reign or you know have like a good W or something like that. And like I don't know what the fuck the creative team had against him sometimes. Like there was low key a time where he won the heavyweight championship only to lose in a day to John Cena. And I'm just like, bruh, come on, man.
John Cena
It's
is
like
overrated.
I wouldn't say that he's necessarily overrated. I just say that like back in the day where he was kind of like insane, like politically insane, where basically every time that like he was told that he was going to lose in a storyline, he tried to pull strings behind the scene to make sure that he wins. That's what happened to the Nexus apparently.
Hmm.
Like the Nexus was like supposed to be this huge faction of like youngsters to from NXT that were going to become like superstars and shit. They were supposed to beat Cena and his team and everything like that, but last minute Cena just said, "No, I don't want to lose to these guys. We're gonna win." And then
I'll
the
have
guys were
to.
like, "Okay, well, we don't want to lose our cash cow, so we're gonna make Cena win."
All
It's
I
the
gotta.
same thing with Bray Wyatt. They were gonna make
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt win at WrestleMania against him, and last minute, just Cena had the whole thing changed up to like have him win instead. And I think it's ridiculous. He crushed a lot of potential wrestlers' careers.
Hmm.
But right now, I feel like he's making up for it. Like every time he comes back, it's pretty much to job out to someone and give someone like more
Chance.
stock, I guess. Like he did it with Bray Wyatt. He did it with Roman Reigns. He did it with. He might do it with Austin Theory right now. But I don't know. But I feel like my favorite wrestler. I do like Rey Mysterio a lot, but one that I really did like was well, I still do like today. I really love Bray Wyatt. Like I feel he's probably like one of the most creative wrestlers there is. Like in terms of pure wrestling, like talent, he's okay. But in terms of storytelling and creativity, and in terms of gimmicks, I
Hmm.
think there's none better than him. Like the guy is a genius at coming up with gimmicks because you can kind of connect. Today's gimmick is such a different type of person that his old
Yeah.
gimmick was, but you can still connect all his past gimmicks to this current gimmick. It's kind of like his character. He never changed like characters to say. He always kept the same one, but he kept reinventing himself to the point like right now the like Loki the Undertaker like
Oh my
passed the
god.
torch to him. Like he's the new like
Remember
he's
the
today's
Undertaker?
Undertaker.
Yeah.
He's like today's Undertaker, which is I don't know I like it a lot because like at first he was getting screwed over by management too. And with the moment that Vince McMahon left, thank God, like he just started like popping off. And I think that's cool. I'm actually really happy that Vince McMahon left the business because I feel like he was the one that was ruining it. Like he used to be really good, like in terms of storytelling, but he just got worse and worse and worse and worse, and was about to kill WWE altogether.
Yeah. It
But
went
now that,
downhill like I think
yeah,
2016, 2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
pretty much when he turned it into a PG product. Like today, it's still PG, but you can see that they're starting to push it, and now I think they're taking off the PG rating.
Hmm.
Like I think that that's a thing. Like I think I heard it before that they were going to take off the PG rating because you want to make shit more entertaining. But yeah, it's in terms of favorite WWE wrestler. Right now, Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, of course, was one of my favorites when I was growing up, and also Rey Mysterio. I liked like even though I never got to see him like wrestle because he was like there in the '90s and shit, or like early 2000s. There was Stone Cold Steve
Oh
Austin.
my god.
Um, like I just loved seeing him like just enter the ring, cuss at everyone, like delivering
Hmm.
stunners and shit. Other wrestler that I like a lot, I love Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because they come from Quebec. They are both Quebec people, and they're really underrated.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't like Roman Reigns that much. I think he's kind of overrated. Um, Plus, his fandom is kind of toxic, and also he like I know that he's a heel and all, and he's supposed to be hated, but I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of overrated, and he you know I just don't. I just tend to not like the. Of course, in certain cases, I do like the super popular guys, but I kind of like the underdogs more.
True.
Like the ones that don't get much attention, but like you still like anyway. Like I used to love Ricochet, like when it came to that, but also in terms of like super popular guy that I do like Brock Lesnar because I followed him all the way from his first years in the not his first years, but like when he was doing WWE, and I also watched him a lot in the UFC. So it's like I do like Brock Lesnar a lot. Like the
Nice.
dude's a fucking monster. The dude's a fucking monster. Like he goes to WWE, wins titles, then says "fuck you," I'm going to UFC, wins the heavyweight championship in UFC. When he loses the title, fought a bit more, then said "fuck it," going back to WWE, then beats the Undertaker. Even though I thought him being the streak was the worst idea possible, um, I still think that like it kind of adds to how much of a fucking beast he is. I don't know. The dude's just fucking insane. Like he is crazy strong.
Okay.
Like no, I think he's funny. I think he's better now. Now that doesn't have like because before it was Paul Heyman that was pretty much talking to him, and while I thought that was entertaining, I still think him talking for himself right now is hella good. Like he has underrated mic skills, and I'm happy that they're letting him speak now.
Another one of my favorite wrestlers was Randy Orton.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one. I know that he's injured right now,
Hmm.
but still really good. And I feel like another good one. Well, they tag team together. Matt Riddle. Matt
Hmm.
Riddle, I feel like has great potential for future in WWE because right now he's doing pretty good for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he comes up because I do like his dude like bro persona. Like I don't know. I just think it's funny because I have a friend that does wrestling right now. It's an independent circuit. It's like he's on WWE or anything, but he wants to go there. And he does kind of have that Matt Riddle like vibe. His wrestling name, if anyone wants to check him out, his wrestling name is Johnny Taco. I used to go there. I used to go
Johnny
to high
Taco.
school with him. I don't talk to him that much anymore, but I used to go to high school with him, and I check out his stories where he does like fucking hurricanes and stuff like that, and he's fucking insane. And yeah, I've actually like honestly had thoughts of going to train in pro wrestling and actually trying it out myself. But right now I'm kind of focused in MMA and stuff like that.
Fair enough. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
mm. It's honestly like really cool.
It is really cool. I have to admit that. And Brent just kind of
Yeah.
fell asleep during this topic.
Oh, but yeah, I think we pretty much like went around that like in terms of WWE stuff, like favorite wrestlers and all that. Like I think we pretty much expressed that. Like yeah, it's a big business for sure in terms of AEW right now. Also, like the kind of contestant for WWE. Like I feel like it's good to have competitions in situations like this because it demands change. Because at first WWE was kind of alone on that wrestling hill.
Yeah.
They're like always the top dogs, and now that like their position is kind of at risk. Now they're just like, oh shit, okay, we gotta make better stuff. We can't just give people crap and expect them to eat it up all the time.
Yeah.
Because now they actually have like someone other than like those other wrestling companies to actually like because WWE kind of like UFC bought all their competition,
Hmm.
but now like there's actual competition happening, so now it kind of forces change.
Yeah.
And I think that's always like good to have.
True. All right. Next topic. Um, you guys are probably so confused what next topic is. Like you guys probably looked at the
Yeah, I'm
list.
fucking. Like I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Brent, are you still there? Where'd
Brent,
you, Brent, where'd you go?
do you fall asleep? Brent,
Brent, did he go to the bathroom or something?
I don't know. Maybe he went to take a piss. I don't fucking know.
I want to text him. Hopefully he brought his phone.
Deedly deedly. I'm back.
All right.
I want to finish this single chip first.
Man, my stomach
Right.
hurts.
Why does your stomach
All that
hurt?
coffee I drank.
Why did you drink so much coffee?
I told you I had to drink coffee to wake up,
No.
and it destroys my stomach.
Then don't drink coffee. Next time drink like gamer subs.
I don't have any of that.
I need more. I'm running
I have
out.
glitch, and then I tried. So they have these now they have little singles of a gamer fuel. I tried that. That
Nice.
was all right.
G Fuel?
Yeah.
Alright, so to continue on with the topics, you guys are probably
So how?
really concerned with the fish porn.
Yeah, I was kind of
Yeah,
wondering that one.
yeah. I tried to ask him about it because it said don't ask, and then he's like, no, I can't answer.
So, in class, okay? In
Oh no.
science class, especially. So
Y'all
my
watched fish fuck?
we were
He watched a Atlantean and a human go at it, make
What the fuck?
Aquaman.
no.
That's how
So wait,
Aquaman's
a
made.
dolphin and a dolphin and a person fucked?
Actually,
That's
yes,
actually
that actually
happened.
happened too.
No, I think. Oh yeah, I remember that actually. That was like a scientific experiment where like a
What?
girl
Oh,
had to spend.
oh no, no, it wasn't. She just randomly wanted to do it one day.
Wait, what? Like, wasn't she training the dolphin and then she was like
Yeah,
giving the dolphin like fucking hand jobs and shit
yeah. I'll get that. That was by her decision, not by science
by the
experiment.
dolphins? Yeah,
And they gave the dolphin a rape charge.
a rape. What the fuck? How the fuck did a dolphin go fucking molest someone?
No,
How it
how
happened
did
was that they didn't say it like that, but they were like they implied it.
how does a dolphin get
What?
a charge though? You owe me
It was
Oh,
two
either
fuck.
wishbones
her.
in
It
your
was
life.
either she
I don't
did or
fucking
it
know
was
how
the
that
dolphin.
works.
I think it was she that got she was accused of it
I
because
think I
she's the
would
one
have
that
given. I think I
initiated
would
it.
have given the fucking charges to the friggin' to not to the dolphin, to the lady. Like poor dolphin just gets given like the dolphin doesn't know what's
20
happening.
years in
He's just
prison.
like
He's
he's
just in
just
prison swimming around.
he's just vibing. He's just vibing with it. He's like, hey, yo, like this bitch giving me free hand jobs. Let's fucking go. Like Pog.
Uh, and apparently she was like just one day was like, why not?
Why the fuck not? Yeah, I'll fucking jerk off a dolphin. Why not?
It's funny because that was actually true.
Jesus Christ.
And it was not they played it off as a science experiment.
What the
It's an
fuck?
experiment, guys. Trust me.
An
Yeah,
experiment, guys.
yeah,
Believe me.
guys.
My God. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
what's the actual fish porn story though? Like,
we
So, I was in class, okay? So we were just learning about science and stuff. So it was about like the food chain and the food web and all that, and then how like wildlife interacts with each other and like their patterns and all that, especially fish patterns and all that.
yeah.
And we were talking about schools of fish. We're like, okay, but schools of fish, okay?
I'm waiting
Hmm.
to hear where the fish
But
porn
what
comes in.
are these group of fish specifically doing? Like there's like this, you know how there's a school of fish that actually goes places, right? And there's
Yeah.
that group of fish that like just sits in one place, right?
Yeah.
And then my teacher is like, I don't remember the scientific like specific word. I don't even know where it is. Let me find it in my notebook. Um, let's see if I can find the fish porn. Um,
Jesus.
What? That just sounds bad.
is it in this chapter? I don't remember. Okay, it's not in this. No.
You look through all his documents, including the one that just says homework in quotation marks.
Homework with the pages sticking together. Alright. So we were talking about pretty much like photosynthesis, and then we were talking about respiration, competition, and then
Yeah.
introspective, interspecific, and then competition, commensalism, and then mutualism, which I think that's something composition. I can't read my handwriting. Is a relationship with both organisms have costs, and then commensalism's relationship with / organism benefits from a activities of another. So that one's the sexual one. So he was like showing
Oh
like
yeah.
these ones, and he's like, "Okay, guys, we get to watch fish porn in class."
What the fuck?
It was just like
Can you imagine walking? Can you imagine just walking to a room? That's the first thing you hear your teacher say.
Walking to the class because you're late, and you just hear your teacher saying, "All right, boys, we're watching fish porn." Just like, okay, I guess I'm not going to school today.
he literally is
It's
like,
like,
just
I'm not going to
imagine.
class.
He's like, just imagine telling your parents or your uncle, like you go, whoever is your character, asks you, "What did you learn today?" And he's like, "I watched porn in
I learned that.
class."
I learned that fish fuck like crazy.
And it was just like
Like,
it wasn't
I
like
saw a
shark
horny
or
little fish today, boys.
it had a huge dick, bro.
Oh my god!
It's just-
But yeah,
AJ examined it very
I
closely.
watched. It's like I watched a fish without his fucking cock, and then
I
just
was
fucked
very
another fish.
intrigued in that class. Okay, I was very
Oh
like,
my god!
Oh,
I
I
was
bet.
You sound like me when I was talking about like stock market in one of my classes.
very intrigued about the fish porn. You know.
I remember once in class because like I fucking hate crypto and shit like that. Like I just don't
Oh,
friggin' like that. I just don't friggin' like it. I remember when I was I think nearing the end of
Were you in business class? The fuck?
when I was in CEGIP, like it's like in CEGIP's like kind of a thing before university in Canada, and basically the thing with that is one of our teachers was basically trying to teach us because since it was kind of an art class, they were like, you could basically do NFTs and shit. I was like,
Ugh.
what? It's like, so I was just like, I don't fucking want to do NFTs. I'm only saying that because he was saying that it's a great way to make money and all. And I was like, okay. He's like, I just didn't want to talk about it, but like basically they were saying, so today we're going to be talking about NFTs and like drawing NFTs and all that stuff. Now I got kicked out of class because I basically said afterwards, like, "Oh, so I guess we're gonna learn how to be a disappointment to our family." And then the guy just kicked me out of class because he's
Oh
a
my
fucking
god.
crypto bro.
Oh
This is a
my
crypto
goodness.
bro, and he wanted, like, he actually likes crypto, and I'm just like, bro, that's not my thing. Like, I fucking hate crypto.
I feel like art and crypto would be like
So it's
different.
I feel like crypto can be a good idea on paper, but I feel it's the execution. I guess like the people that like promote it is
It's
like
more scummy.
it's a scam. It's a fucking scam most of the time.
It's more the thing about NFTs and crypto is that they're more it's more scummy than just like regular art because
Yeah.
you're just like
Do you
selling
guys
it
ever
pretty much.
invest in stocks either? Because I don't. I also
Nope.
think that's stupid too.
I
I never invested
I
in stock.
I want to
Like
invest. There's certain stocks I do want to invest. There's actually
yeah,
a way
for
that
sure. There is stocks that like are good to invest in shit, but like it's like the stock market in general. I don't mind
it's,
it. For me, it's mostly crypto, like cryptocurrencies, NFTs. Because every time you'll see a celebrity like going, "I am launching an NFT project," and then just 5 days later, all the people are crying, saying, "Oh my god, I got scammed!" Like it's like, yeah, no shit, it's a fucking celebrity promoting it. Do you think he knows anything about that? Like, if
um,
there's one person I wouldn't listen to for crypto advice, it's a fucking celebrity.
Elon Musk.
Like,
because they're just like paid to
not even
just
Elon. Not it's like not Elon, not Logan Paul. For like, honestly, like I seen the fucking Logan Paul thing, and on it, like honestly, the people that are surprised that they got fucking scammed, by the whole thing, honestly, like I don't
the
feel bad
blue
for them. It's
thing.
like you knew this was gonna fucking happen. Like that's what you get for fucking trusting a YouTuber for crypto advice. It's like,
Didn't
it's
he
like
make his like
I
own
feel
like
no I do
movie
not
or
feel
something?
bad for like so a lot of these people are just like you see on the internet all the time saying like, oh my god, like we need to like have Logan like fucking give the money back. And yeah he should give the money back, but at the same time it's just like, bruh, it's like if these guys are gonna fucking invest $200,000 on like a fucking celebrity's like stupid crypto, like bruh, you don't deserve any money at that point, so
Crypto
like fuck
scams.
off. It's
Aren't they
like
lovely?
that's that is like you might, it's like if you're gonna invest, if people actually thought it was a good idea to fucking invest into this like shitty ass like Logan Paul crypto Pokemon incest zoo or shit like that, like
Yeah.
honestly, like if they thought it was a good idea to spend like, oh, I'm gonna invest $200,000 on that shit, it's just like, bro, at that point like a better investment would have been to fucking grab $200,000 and just throw it
They
in the
throw
fucking
into a
toilet
well or something.
or just burn it, fucking burn it at that point. If you're gonna
But
be such a if you're gonna be such a fucking tard with your money, like at that point you shouldn't fucking have money. Like
oh, and I feel like that them losing the money would be more beneficial than if they were to gain it back, because then it would
yeah,
just be like they would think they would get whatever they want if they played hard enough.
yeah, definitely.
But if they're willing to throw away that much money into a crypto thing and then allow themselves to get scammed, bruh.
It's like by the way, like if anybody's like concerned for me saying that, like yeah, it's like I'm kidding, but I'm only partially kidding. By the thing, I don't want anyone to lose money or like to fuck up their investments and shit like that. Like that part's a joke, but at the same time, like the part that you should have expected when you invested money into a celebrity, like you should have been kind of expecting it. The idea of it, like, hey, we're gonna make fucking NFTs and shit and be like a Pokemon NFT thing. It can be a good idea on paper, but like at the same time, the execution of it, I wouldn't trust Logan with it. Like,
So
come on. We've
just
seen
allow,
the it was like are y'all gonna trust a fucking guy that like he did all he already did fucking like scams like crypto
he did
scams and shit
multiple
like that. So
scams. It wasn't
he did
just a
multiple
crypto
scams
thing.
and like come on, it's like
Yeah.
even if he technically like got mature and like got better and everything like that, I wouldn't trust a guy that filmed a dead body in a forest like with crypto advice. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Even though he grew up and he changed, like, come on, I still wouldn't give my money to that guy. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Come on. Like, can we all like be smart? It's like,
I I feel like if anyone that put in those 200,000 were to do just the tiniest bit of research before they invested into it, they would have known right away that it
no,
wouldn't have gone well.
it would end bad. Like,
But
100%.
I also feel like that maybe like there was certain people that he paid to put money into it to make it look like it was gaining a lot of traction.
Oh, for sure.
So then others would put in their money. But still, even I don't condone that losing money is a good thing. But if you're going to be stupid with your money, maybe this is the kick in the balls you need
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
or not to learn not to just throw your money around without doing research. But maybe there was some people that did do research and was like, "Hey, let's take a chance." There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. But
I can understand, but at the same time, like,
yeah, it's
just
a crypto scam. It's not.
it's the thing.
It doesn't
I can understand, but at the same time, like you know,
like.
I hope these people get their refunds and shit like that because no, they
Yeah,
shouldn't lose all their money because they made a dumb decision because we all fuck up at some point. But like,
Yeah. I
I
agree.
hope that they at least realize that look because most of the time, every time a celebrity comes out and says, "Hey, I got a crypto now," most of the time it's a pump and dump.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a pump and dump. That's what happens most of the time.
Sounds
That's what's going to continue to happen. It's it's just that. Like the crypto space, it's a space that may have potential, but it is managed by crappy people. Like that's
okay.
just my view on it. That's my opinion on
Uh,
crypto. That's like
my advice: never invest into a crypto scam or anything that involves crypto, especially if it involves
Oh, people can do whatever.
Celebrities.
People can do whatever the fuck they want
They
their money,
can.
like whether it's crypto or not. But it's like just make sure that the person that you're
It's
like giving
trustable.
your money to isn't fucking shady like that. Because like you got guys like fucking like okay, I can understand if a guy invested in a crypto like that was sponsored by like I don't know fucking Keanu Reeves or something, like a guy that like people know is a genuinely nice guy. But you know, like you got shit like crypto from like a guy like Logan that has done shady stuff in the past, even though he
Oh
technically like
yeah.
reformed and like is a better person now, you still can't. I still wouldn't have necessarily
I
put
wouldn't
money
trust
in
them with
there.
my
You know,
money. Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's that's just like that's just like how I see it. Really.
I feel
I
like
agree.
Not to
after
no, I don't want to like I don't want fucking I don't want to throw shade at the crypto
How in the
community, but like
fuck
still,
did we get the fish porn to crypto?
because
because why not?
why the fuck not?
Also, the fact that Nickelodeon started doing NFT, like NFT crypto stuff is like,
That's like the
Wait,
thing
they
that's
did?
gonna
yeah, and they're basically what they're
that's
doing.
shit that's like the shit that's gonna make me put a bullet in my head eventually. Like
But
it's
yeah,
fucking
but
ridiculous.
that actually is true. They actually are doing like the
God
NFT
damn it.
thing. But but it's
Steven
like,
Universe.
what in the world? But then again, I can kind of see because they started it back when it was very popular. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still doing it now.
I don't think so,
That
because I
maybe
haven't.
not.
I haven't heard
But
NFTs literally since the day of.
yeah, I hope that's the one thing I hope that dies out quickly is NFTs.
It's already died quickly. What do you mean?
Well, yeah,
It's already
no, I
pretty
meant
much
when it
dead right
first came
now.
out.
Like the scene's like because pretty much people just I guess realize the pattern eventually that like hey like every time I fucking invest money into this god awful shit I
Don't
just
make my
end
money
up
back.
losing money instead of winning it. Like I know it's kind of connected to like I guess connected to a lot of things, but at the same time, like, bro, if the whole thing is supposed to be a thing that helps you make money and you end up losing money more than you're making it, it's already not a good thing. Like, stop trying to pretend like it's going to become a good thing. It's
Yeah,
like
like those people that
if
bought
you keep having shady
those
people like
monkeys.
run your shit is gonna stay shady.
You guys remember those NFT monkeys? They were like
Yeah,
hundreds of thousands
that
of
shit
dollars.
died out so fucking quickly.
Yeah. Apparently they get like invited to like a special party if you buy it and like stuff like that. I'm like,
It's
uh,
fucking dumb.
I don't think that's
I fucking
worth.
I went to a fucking club once like where they had a fucking like NFT like I guess show thing where it's like basically
Yeah,
the you enter the club, there's music, everything, but then downstairs where you go there's the bar and all that stuff and you're just the kind of the
an
couches
option.
where you chill out. Then there's literally like a spot where it shows like a shit ton of NFTs and shit. Hey, you can buy this one, and I'm just like, no, I'm not buying shit.
No, I'm not.
Like
I'll buy all of it.
it's like at that point NFTs NFTs is low key just like it's the same shit as deciding like because NFTs sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna get. But like when it comes to that now, it's low key like I'd rather get a commission than going to pick up NFTs because at least like a commission I'll just fucking shoot of course the commission won't be worth money on a blockchain or some shit like that, but like at least I'll get something cool instead of a fucking monkey that ain't worth shit.
It's true. But I do hope the people that got scammed do get their money back at least, hopefully. But I don't.
Hopefully, but I wouldn't put
I would
money
not.
on it
I would not put money on it that it will happen.
because like I mean, fucking Logan has so many like friggin' connections and like such a big audience that like
He'll probably.
I feel if Logan ended up shooting someone in public, people would forgive him for it because like he has a fucking audience filled with like
Because he would be a Disney Channel star.
yeah some
But
shit like that.
I do
If
believe
a guy can
that
be if the guy can be forgiven by from filming a fucking dead body, like he can be
he's making
forgiven for
jokes about
shooting
it.
someone. Yeah,
Did he make? He made a lot of jokes in that video too about it, didn't he?
I feel like it was. I feel like in the video, to be fair, he was just like he was laughing out of shock.
Well,
Because
yeah,
because I watched the
I
video
would
and
too.
he was just. I mean, I don't think I'd be laughing. I would be
Well,
fucking like, oh my god, what the fuck is just going on? And I don't think
I
I'd film it. I think I will even post the video. That's
Yeah,
the
why
thing.
would
I
you? Okay, my
you
question
know
is, why would he even like edit, like keep it in the first
why
place?
would he keep it in the video?
I feel like
That's the thing.
the mess at first the message they was trying to like I guess convey in the video is saying like hey suicide is bad blah 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 kind of like that stuff like that everybody says and like then he just he
It
showed
just
his
happened
message in
upon the
the
dead body,
he just
didn't it?
showed the message in the worst ways possible because when he found the body it was just like okay guys like see this is what I mean suicide isn't a joke it's a real thing and it's like yeah but you don't have to fucking show us a guy that's hanging from a tree to show us that we all know that suicide is a bad thing like some people have family members that kill themselves and like
They could have at least like blurred out the guy, like
they blurred the guy's face but you can still see his
yeah,
fucking purple ass
yeah.
hands like they clearly ran out of oxygen by fucking hanging himself like it's that's the one thing but like it's not really like it's like it's a thing that happened long ago. I know people can change and shit like that. I know everybody says that and all, but like there's some shit that I feel like okay,
That
yeah,
that shouldn't be
that was
forgiven as
pretty fucked
easily.
up. I know he admitted he made a mistake and like I guess he's kind of like everybody knows he made a mistake and like people can forgive him about it now, but like still, I just think that with all that shit, like oh, it's like now he did that, and also he's scamming people. It's like okay, is that really like? Why would you invest money in someone like that? Not only that is it shown that he actually did have many more fucking scams. Like now it's just got worse. Like it's like this fucking shit. And he tried to launch something else like right after. And it's just like, bro, no one's trusting you with that shit.
And then he puts the blame on like someone on his team or something sometimes.
Yeah,
Or
some shit
yeah,
like that. But the like he hired like fucking criminals for his crypto shit. Like let's just stop talking about that before he fucking sues
yeah,
us
yeah,
or some
yeah,
shit. Like, I don't fucking
I
know.
was about to say, where we drove off so far off the fucking fish
Fucking
porn
fish
thing.
porn. We went from
All
fish
right,
porn to
let's.
crypto to Logan
All right,
Paul. Like what the
all right.
fuck?
So the final say it. Don't only entrust your money to crypto if you can absolutely trust the person that's running it. Like
I honestly don't want to
final
give
message.
I honestly don't want to give crypto advice to anyone because I don't know shit about crypto. Don't even want to fucking talk about crypto. And
I
honestly, like
I know as little about crypto as
if people
possible.
want to spend their money if people want to spend their money on jack shit, go for it. Like everybody has their poison. Everybody, some people will spend money on action figures. Some people will spend money on drugs. Some people will spend money on alcohol and shit like that. Just spend your is like I guess spend on your poison, but spend it wisely. I guess it's just have common sense is all I'm saying. Fucking
Just
have common sense. Would you entrust your money to someone who fucking filmed a dead body? Like no.
just be careful who you
Even if
trust
he
your money. There
changed
you
and
go.
became a better person, I wouldn't do that. Like
But me and Ken over here do not know much about the cryptocurrency,
oh,
so
I don't know jack shit about crypto. I just like
yeah,
making
I
fun
know.
of it, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
I think it's hilarious, but
I think there's a lot of memes and it's the potential for fucking like humor in it is very high.
I yeah, the crypto does have its potential to be funny, but
No, it's
I
a
don't
meme.
I know it's
It's a
a little
meme.
possible about it.
It's just a meme. Let's leave it at that. It's like it's
Yeah.
all fucking meme. It's all funny and stuff. Let's
I've been in
just
All right,
pain
laugh
the
at
whole
it.
AJ.
time listening to that conversation
AJ's just been quiet. He's just been listening.
because I don't know what to say.
Oh, I
Honestly,
don't
there's not
fucking know.
much to say about it.
All I'm talking about is saying is like it's just frustrating. Like
It can
yeah,
be.
sad guys got scammed and all, but like come on, bro.
All
Like
right,
there's celebrities like when it comes to crypto are not to be trusted in general.
Mm.
Like
Super Bowl
Most of the
halftime
celebrities they
show.
pick too are on the last leg of their careers, anyways.
All right, Super
I,
Bowl halftime show.
all right.
Okay, so
I
I
did not
finally get to
watch
talk
this.
about this.
I did not watch the Super Bowl, and I didn't watch the halftime show. All I know is that someone got bullied, and also EDP
Someone
is very sad.
So
EDP is very sad because the Eagles lost, but who
I
cares about EDP?
I'm just going to talk about the halftime show because that's all I did the research on because
I loved it. I honestly
I don't
loved
know
it.
crap about it.
No, I don't know
I
shit.
thought it was disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
thought,
thought this year's was disappointing because last year's was so great that they even got like Grammy rewards for it,
well, yeah,
and
but the thing is,
then you go from that to this one.
you can't
It
expect
was just
every
like,
year to
oh,
be great because if you think about it, they went from 5 creators to 1.
yeah, yeah. But last year's was like they brought so many people. They brought 50 Cent, Snoop
Eminem,
Dogg. They had Eminem. They brought in all these like classic people that were from my childhood, and I was in love with that. I watched that whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I also listened to a lot of Rihanna
I love Rihanna.
when growing up, but
I love her
like
thick ass.
I grew up with like 50 Cent, Dr. Dre,
Me too.
Eminem,
Love
and
Eminem.
Snoop Dogg,
Love Snoop Dogg.
and I was
Suck,
like,
suck Eminem and Snoop
that
Dogg
made me
dick.
so much happier. They spent so much money on that show. By the way, I am going to talk about. There was something I'm going to talk about it that I don't know if you guys know about, but uh this year's Super Bowl, it was all right. It's definitely not the worst. I looked up the worst ones, and those ones were far worse than that one.
Here, Ken, I'll send you the link to the halftime show. You can just skim through it, but
Yeah.
like there were so many memes about it. Like I thought of like I've seen memes about them making fun of the dancers saying that they look like the
Yeah.
factory workers from Shrek 2 or they looked like sperm cells. I've
Oh
seen
my god.
I've also seen that the
Oh,
platforms look like the Super Smash Bros.
Yeah,
it does.
I think I've seen that meme like
It looks
before.
like the Final Destination platforms.
Mhm.
Sorry, no, the what's that sky one? The sky level that had like five
Yeah,
platforms.
I think
I
it's
forgot
Final
what the name was.
Destination. So that's the
I've
name of it.
also I've also seen memes about like that went deeper into the sperm cell one, and it was like when the one sperm cell finally gets in there, and it shows the people in the white suits because there was like over like how many like people dancing, like 200,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was
and
yeah,
it was a lot of people.
about 200 something. Right?
But there it showed like I seen a meme. It was like when that one sperm cell gets in and the other sperm cells are celebrating.
I didn't look into the memes, so I didn't know about the memes, but
I was like, I know that like the thing with Super Bowl half shows, it's like I don't know a lot about football. I'm not really a football type of person. I'm more into hockey and MMA, but it's
I'm
like
okay with football.
the thing with football, it's like I don't know. I didn't really watch the Super Bowl, but like I remember watching one of the like halftime shows and shit like that, and like there was fucking like lights everywhere, and I just imagine there's one of the players who's like epileptic and like just fucking gets a like seizure, but like all the other players thinks he's just dancing. That they're just like, oh shit, our boy's dancing, and the
He's
guy's like
break
fucking
dancing.
he's break dancing, but actually he's just like fucking like convulsing and foaming of the mouth and choking out. And then there's like, oh shit, boy got the moves. It's like, god damn, it's like holy shit, and then the guy just fucking passes out.
He just took an after dance nap, you know.
He's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, just looking at it, it's like, boys, we won the Super Bowl, let's go. And then like they're just done. He's like, yeah, but fucking Bill is still over there like sleeping. He rocked out too hard. It's like
He was
they're going to
celebrating.
the restaurant and shit. It's like, bro, we just left Bill at their arena. Like he's still sleeping on the bench, but actually he's just fucking dead.
He celebrated too hard.
Uh,
It's like he just celebrated too hard, celebrated so hard that his soul left his body.
so,
But like to go along
so
with it,
I
I also
yeah,
remember like the one Super Bowl like episode of SpongeBob, and they brought that song into the
Yeah,
Super
I
Bowl
saw that
halftime
one.
show. That was also a really bad one. I think that one's worse than the Rihanna one. Like that one was very
Really?
disappointing.
what? I thought that
Apparently
was a
that
good
one
one.
was cool. I like that one.
That
That was
one,
like mean. That
they
was a
The
meme.
weekend
they
the weekend halftime show was also horrible.
I don't know. I don't know shit about the weekend.
I don't know
I
about
know a few
weekend,
of their
but
songs, but like apparently like wait I don't I didn't know they fucking did Super Bowl shit. Like what the fuck?
Sweet Victory was always gonna be an awesome song.
Okay, and question, why the fuck did they bully Rihanna? Like
Because
What was
isn't Rihanna like
she
fucking popular as hell and like really
she
good at
was
singing?
yeah?
pregnant, and they made fun of her because she was pregnant. I don't understand why they
Bro,
would.
that's kind of
That's
Wait,
just
kind of
what?
fucked
mean.
up.
Why?
That's kind of mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
That's like,
fucked up as hell.
I would get making fun of her. I don't know if she was like supposed to lip sync and she missed her cue and the music was just playing by, because that happened on a New Year celebration once with not with
Oh
Rihanna, with
yeah.
someone else. Like she was gonna lip sync, but she missed her cue and then the song just went in and her lips weren't moving. So she's like, ah, fuck, I messed up. She was just going around shaking everybody's hand because she felt bad.
Another reason
So
is
like I would understand. I would have understood if that would have happened. Like, make memes about that, but she's fucking pregnant. Like, what the fuck? Like,
another reason is
I don't
because ever since she was pregnant, she couldn't do much. So they kind of like
Yeah.
all the work
well,
was
that's
put in.
normal. She's
That's
well,
very
that's normal.
normal.
She's
That's
fucking
fine.
pregnant.
Exactly. I don't understand.
What did they expect for her to do? Like fucking like twerk while she's
Backflip.
pregnant? Like,
You want her to do a back?
Do you want to do acrobatics off the fucking platform and
yeah, can
land?
you do like can you do like 5 backflips and land on like spikes, or like jump off a cliff in a motorcycle and do a
You
parachute
should
while
do a belly
pregnant?
pop at the end too. You know.
Oh my god.
Do a bit of a belly flop, like the fucking kid ends up with like fucking like pie face because his mom just fucking belly
No, the
flop.
kid just fucking explodes.
That would
The
see that.
kid's poor kid.
That is this is not a laughing
I
matter
don't know.
for you.
I don't think that's I don't think that's a valid reason
Make fun of anyone.
to make fun of someone. Like, why would that be a meme? That's not funny. That's like, she's pregnant, bro. Like, come on.
I do like the memes of the
Like,
halftime show itself because it was funny.
yeah, but like
But
the part,
making
like I heard I heard like the whole things with like the bullying and everything. And I was like, oh wait, who's getting bullied at Super Bowl?
this
And like
game
now you guys
bully.
tell me that it's fucking that it's Rihanna, and I'm just like,
It's
okay,
Rihanna.
did she like face plant while twerking, or like did she do something that was
No, she
like
I
didn't do
don't
weird
even
and
anything
know
people
she
are?
wrong.
was being made
I
fun
was
of.
like,
I
no, she didn't
barely
do
watched
anything
it.
wrong. She's just pregnant. It's like, okay, why the fuck are we making fun of a pregnant person for being pregnant? Isn't being pregnant supposed to
Didn't
be like,
she?
hey, congratulations, Rihanna, you're pregnant? Like, you know,
Isn't she gonna have a kid soon? Or did she
you
already
made a
have a
lot of
kid?
you made a lot of songs for our
Uh,
childhood, and now you're pregnant. We are proud of you, Rihanna. No, there's like, oh, you're pregnant. Well, it's like the fuck.
well,
That's it's not a valid reason to make fun of someone like at all.
Did she already have the
well,
kid, or is the kid not born yet?
no. She doesn't have it yet. She did the halftime show when she was like a couple months pregnant.
Okay, so
I
she
want to
God
say.
is a
damn.
little bit, a couple,
So she was a
few
little
more
bit,
months.
but I couldn't really tell it from the angle I watched it
I
though.
honestly didn't know she was pregnant until my, cause I was watching at my, frat house with my brothers, and they're like, yeah, she's pregnant. I'm like, she's pregnant? She's like, can you tell she's wearing skin tight clothes? I'm like, no, it's because she has a coat and
No,
it covers it. I don't see anything. What the fuck do you mean? I
yeah,
also don't
that's
look
why
at
she had
that.
that big coat on. Apparently, I
Yeah,
guess.
that is. But like,
But
I didn't see that until the very end, until like I finally noticed, you know, she was pregnant, and I was like, oh, cool, good for her.
so
That's the thing. I'm just it's like, what the fuck? I just
it's
don't
not.
get that. I just don't get that one. It's confusing to me.
Yeah, that's like it's one of those memes where you're just like, why is
I
this being
got
meme?
I got the Bruno, wasn't it Bruno Mars that got a lot of memes about him
Yeah.
because of his fucking like plastic surgery face or some shit like
Oh
that.
Wait,
yeah, he had like a didn't he have like a prosthetic or something?
Yeah, he looked like
Uh,
a fucking horse, and like people started making memes about it. So I was just like, okay, yeah, see that calls for ridicule. It's funny. That is funny. Yes, it's like you're making fun of a guy's appearance, but like, come on, man, that's like a prosthetic. Like, what was it? Like a facelift or something he was hoping again? Now he looked like a fucking zombie. Like, what happened?
what? When was this?
Oh shit.
Let me look that shit up. Bruno Mars
uh,
facelift.
No, not facelift. What did he have installed? Wasn't it like a thing to make himself look younger or some shit, and like it just ended up looking like a
I
fucking horse?
I think that's what it was. I think it was like it was some sort of it was a what I wouldn't say it's botched.
He looks
It looked
normal though.
fucking.
He
It
completely
looked
looks
fucking.
normal though.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
They,
Wait, I need to look that shit up
people
again.
were just probably like it was probably a meme someone made it when he announced that he was going to get something, and then they decided to make him look like a horse.
I don't
That's
see
entirely
it.
fine.
Like
Wait, just send me a picture of what you're looking at, because I don't know if that's the
I'm
right
just
thing.
scrolling through. He- he- The
It
only
might
thing
be
I
old
can
pictures
find
he's
is I
looking at.
looked up Literally, Bruno Mars facelift, and I went to images, and I see Bruno Mars busted chin. He might have had surgery because he busted his chin or something, but that's it.
Is that it? Okay. I don't know. Like, I know they had memes about it and shit because he was like fucking face hugging the camera and like he looked like weird in that one. Then there was that and
Oh, I think I know why.
what was
There's
it?
a horse named Bruno Mars, owned by
Oh,
someone.
oh, the fuck. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
It's like
was that.
other shit like that when it comes to like the whole Rihanna thing. Like I don't know why the fuck is that even a
Eh,
like like most of the time when people make memes about something like it's because it's it's genuinely funny and like it calls for ridicule or shit like that. Like the like this some of the like for example the fucking Smash Bros thing like that's just funny. Like that's just a coincidence and shit. But
yeah.
like being pregnant, like what the fuck? It's
Yeah.
like
Honestly, with how the internet is, it doesn't surprise me. But at the same time, I always have to ask the question, why? Is that the
I'm
thing they
always like,
chose?
why the fuck? Just like what the fuck is wrong with people? Like
When
the
did
girl's
Bruno
pregnant, big
Mars go to
deal.
jail?
Like
I
she
so
went to jail?
this is gonna be on top. The thing I'm going to talk about is on topic of this, like the Super Bowl halftime show. But I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and
Go.
let you finish. But
Oh, he had cocaine possession.
Oh, what?
This was in
yeah,
2010 when Bruno Mars got arrested.
Oh,
who didn't have cocaine in 2010? I feel like there was a lot of celebrities that got caught doing it during that time.
yeah.
But
All right,
I
continue.
found out something interesting when I was researching about halftime shows, and that was that whenever they hire like celebrities to do the show,
Yeah.
they give them like a tiny budget, and then everything else they want to add in, they have to pay out of their own pocket.
That is bullshit.
Goddamn.
And also,
That's why for
um,
like stuff like Rihanna, she
yeah,
produced a new
yeah,
song and she didn't release it until a halftime show.
yeah, yeah, they do this for they basically are only doing it for since a lot of people watch the Super Bowl, they're basically getting paid more than clout than they are getting paid actually going there. But
Damn.
there's a you know how much it costs just to run an ad through the Super Bowl?
How much? Like 5 million or some shit?
There was a company that paid $10 million to run
Jesus
a
Christ.
30-second ad at the Super Bowl.
Rihanna,
Goddamn.
what did you pay for your
Uh,
ad?
So I'm wondering how much money she actually spent on getting that
Cause
stuff
she,
ready,
cause she
or if
also had a commercial
she
too. She had a
yeah
specific commercial.
Yeah.
yeah there was yeah she may have asked for that though. So but I don't I all I know is that they pay a lot. Most of the celebrities you see that go there are paying a lot of money in their pocket just to do the show that they're doing and how they got it.
I want to
Yeah.
look how much Rihanna paid to be in it.
You don't have to pay to get into it. You have to ask to get into it, and then they give you a budget, and then anything you want extra comes out of your own pocket. It's usually
Bro,
not that
if I
much.
ever get a freaking Super Bowl commercial, I'm making the most like
Yeah,
dumb one like ever.
that's why you see all these people make the most of what the commercials and stuff.
Yeah,
Whenever you
but
see them
I
bringing
make the
celebrities and stuff.
most stupid fucking like Super Bowl commercial ever. They like pay me a shit ton of money. I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm
She
doing the
got
thing where
paid $5.6 million. Rihanna did.
God fucking
Yeah,
damn,
yeah, but most of that is from people buying probably buying the stuff, her stuff,
buying
because I think they
her.
also get ticket
Buying
sales.
her.
Yeah, you're buying her
Like yeah,
buy her
people bought
merch and her
Rihanna.
like CDs and stuff.
People
Yeah,
So I
no.
bought
think they're
Rihanna.
allowed to sell it.
Just like, bro.
There's a lot of they make a lot of money though,
Yeah.
and they lose a lot of money, but they also make back a lot of money because then they get introduced to more people,
Ah, for
and more
sure.
people go buy
They
the
get
stuff.
clout for it, so that's definitely a plus. But like, still, I just think
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
All right.
Like,
but
Let's.
there were some people that paid up to like 2 to 3 million dollars on like
Damn.
their halftime shows.
god damn.
It was insane. I still can't believe it cost $10 million just to run a 30-second ad on the Super Bowl.
Hey
Jeez.
guys,
Probably more than that now.
I like how we
Yeah.
talked about SpongeBob, and I literally went to my phone and a
Sweet victory.
SpongeBob video came up. when they did the Olympics type thing.
Yeah.
Sweet victory, yeah.
Eat ass
All
for
right.
Oh,
breakfast.
What else do you have to say about the Super Bowl, huh?
that was it. That was
I don't
that
know
was
the
crazy
fact
fact.
that
That's my
the fact
crazy
that I
fact
don't
for it.
agree with the reason why people are bullying Rihanna.
I
Yeah.
don't
That's
think
the
that she.
only thing that's the only thing I knew about the Super Bowl, and honestly, I don't like that. That's not a meme. That's just being
All
mean.
right, Ken. Now you get to rant for another 30 minutes about Harry Potter and Velma.
Oh wait, shit. Wait, are we at that now?
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
that.
All right.
I think I feel like I pretty much said what I needed to say in my video because at the same time I don't want to. It's like in my video I feel like I was pretty like good with
I
what I
mean, you
said with
can
it, but
kind of just summarize
You said
yourself in opinion, because I
I
also
mean
did my little
in terms
research
of all
too.
that I'd say with Velma it's I'd say the thing with Velma is it's really just it's not funny. It's not like I understand that sometimes we want to like make our own shit, and it's like I can understand that. Like some people want to write their own stuff, make something different, an adaptation. Because of course, sometimes when you make an adaptation, you you want to
do
change
something
certain things.
different.
You want to
Yeah.
change certain things. You want to make it something new. And I get that. I get that. It comes with new designs. Not everybody's gonna like your new designs. But it's kind of different when your designs are low key. Like your reasons for changing the design isn't because I just prefer him that way, and I think the design shines out his personality more or stuff like that. It's different when the design is low key. Yeah, Fred is the white one because he's a white man and he's stupid in the show, and
He's a
Daphne is
ridiculous little
Asian
kid.
because Asian, and Velma is black because I am black and I'm a narcissist. Like, it's just like I don't mind making making characters like certain group or anything like that. I don't mind any of that.
Just like
It's just when the reason for it is purely for an agenda based reason or a political based reason and not for storytelling or anything like that. Like for the thing with Velma is that it shouldn't have been a Scooby Doo show. It should have been its own thing. It would have been a very funny thing, but at least it wouldn't get as much hate as it did right now.
so when
Because
I
right now the main reason of why it's getting hate right now, I feel, is because this is adapted by a Scooby Doo like show. This is a Scooby Doo thing. It is Scooby Doo characters, but Velma doesn't act like that in the fucking like Scooby Doo show,
I
like
was about to
ever. She
say,
never.
like, when I was doing my research, they said that
It was supposed to be something else at first, I
yeah,
think.
so Velma was the show itself, Velma the show. They were
Yeah,
trying to modernize a show when a Scooby Doo show or movies, like even the real life movies, they tried to avoid the modernizing thing, and they
yeah.
just made it realistic to close to the characters as much as they could.
Well, it's because that's the thing. When people
Because
are
they
want
want
an
to look back
adaptation.
to a nostalgia feeling.
Exactly. When people want an adaptation, like of course you can change a few things here and there, but you still have to keep that the core idea that this is an adaptation. This is characters that people grew up with and want to see in live action or in real life or in anything in general. It's like so you have to at least keep the core of these characters intact. Like what makes these characters these specific characters? Like what makes Shaggy Shaggy? Okay, Shaggy. Okay, he hangs out with Scooby. He's kind of a pussy, and he he likes food. Like he's a like shit like that, or like Fred. Oh, he makes plans. Like of course you got the shit
Leader.
like oh let's split up and look for clues and kind of a leader of the group. Yeah, he has that leadership and all. Like Fred is not a dumbass incompetent dude who's just like a daddy's boy. Like that's not Fred.
Yeah,
He's not like that.
like in the
Uh,
show, I also did research. They made
or
Fred the like jock and rich kid, and I've
yeah,
heard they like made it like even like I heard the show is a little racist too.
I mean, look, I don't want to throw that word around because like the thing with that is like there's so many different ways that people can see it, but like at the same time, like what I'm seeing is look, they changed so much with the show that at that point is not Scooby Doo. Like there's
It
no,
isn't.
it's not even Scooby Doo because there's not even Scooby in it. They say that Scooby's gonna be in season 2, but I feel that that's just something they're saying so people will watch season 2.
Can you
But
tell me why they canceled so many other shows just to make Velma? Like
oh,
what?
that's already something that's something that I already think is
Oh,
like I think it's stupid. Like there's so many good shows that get canceled, and then you greenlight this shit for season 2. It's like yes, it made its money, but it made money for all the wrong reasons.
exactly.
And
Why
in
do it?
the end, it's like I don't know, it's a terrible show. It's not funny. It's everything that it was going for. It failed, and it's just like the only
I,
thing I succeeded at was making money and making controversy, and I feel like that was the only thing. But it's like I hate that this has become the norm now. That for the sake
Of
of
attraction, they try to make it controversial.
not only that, but it's like I feel like it's sad now that for the sake of an agenda that studios now will shit on their fans for just
for money.
not agreeing with them. I feel like the studios now are more entitled because it's and I think that's really sad because back in the day I feel like it was, of course it was for money. Yes, money is always like the main source of it, but of course there were people that say okay, they kind of understood it a bit more, saying okay, we want money, we need money, how do we get the money? We
Respect
make
our fans.
something that they will enjoy, that they will want to see, that they will want to go back to see, so we can make more money and we can make more of this. So it's like, okay, let's make something. Let's try and make something good. Was it always good? No, but can you see that they at least sometimes tried? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I feel like it's missing today because now it's, oh, you don't want to go see our movie? Okay, well, you're a piece of shit because you didn't want to see our movie because it has a message, unlike your trash that you watch. And we're just like, bro, like, it's not that deep. It's just because you're garbage at writing.
It's like
And
that they're trying to go to the like go through that on the woke route, which there
it's,
was certain.
it's definitely like I can agree with what you said and everything. It's just like I don't know. I don't like throwing that word around because at that point, woke has been used so much that I lost all meaning.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they throw it around to mean like many different things, but I feel like that it's probably the shortest word people use to describe it.
Yeah.
And, but like I just don't know how to describe what they want anymore. It feels like if they're like going their own path,
Mm.
be like
Yeah,
hard to
I agree with
said
that.
movement, as they
But
say.
yeah, it's just a thing because I feel like what I find really sad right now is because okay, I am all for making more characters that are whether they're from a certain community, whether they're gay, they're transsexual, they're black, they're this, they're that. I don't mind any of that, but give us something that's good because if you make a character like Velma, Velma is a fucking piece of shit in the show. Like she is
Yeah, she's
unfucking likable.
awful.
Like most characters
Yeah.
in the show are fucking unlikable from like all the clips and everything I've seen. Like I didn't watch the show because of course I don't want to give these fuckers my money. It's already you can tell that these characters are just unfucking likable. And now that most of the time, I feel like they try so hard to make the character a certain way, whether it's like, oh, we're making Velma a piece, like to you, you're saying Velma is a piece of shit, but to us, she's strong willed and she's an independent person and she doesn't take crap from anybody. Yeah, but you can be independent and not take crap from anybody and not be a fucking piece of crap. You can not be a piece of shit. That's the thing. And I feel with what they're doing right now is making these characters and try and make them look strong, but end up making them unfucking likable. It's doing more damage than anything because then people every time that a new like I think it's sad because like I feel like the new Black Panther movie was kind of affected by that because I've seen the new Black Panther movie and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty
I
good.
thought it was really
I need,
fucking good.
I need to
That's the
watch
thing.
that.
It's so good. But people when they see the trailer, they're just like, "Oh, okay, that it's that type of character we're going with. I'm not going to see it cuz it's woke." And it's just like, "Bro, you don't know what the fuck you're missing out because now it's going to damage everything more than anything now because Now there's
Yeah.
so many of these characters that are unfucking likable, so people kind of have the idea that okay, they're promoting an agenda now. So every time that I see a movie or a comic book that has that type of character, I'm just not gonna see it. And it's sad because there are genuinely good stories where it
Yeah.
features gay characters, it features black characters, it features all different forms of groups that are actually good, and the person you can definitely see that they actually tried to make a movie that shows, hey, I can have a show or a movie or a comic with these characters and actually make them relatable and actually make people that aren't a part of that ethnic group or just group in general um, like them and relate to them. And like now with all this shit that's going on, all this toxicity around this subject, it's like
Mm.
people just are fucking tired of it now, so they don't want to fucking go see any of that crap. But it's sad because now they're alienating even media that is good because they think
Yeah,
that, oh,
very true.
okay, there's a lot, there's a the because you'll notice it's a lot of these stories or comics and everything that features these type of characters are very minimal, but the problem is that they're very vocal. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to the ones that are actually good and actually promote, like I guess it's a good way to be like actually promote
Like
a good way to be a good way to be progressive. Yeah.
positive progression. Whoa.
What
I
happened?
feel like I feel like the word woke should definitely be like. I don't know who came up with that as a term. And I definitely don't think that it should be it since there's been multiple meanings for it that it should not. That this
No,
shouldn't been.
the thing is it lost all meaning. What even is
Yeah.
woke at this point? Like it's lost
Yeah.
all
See
fucking
that.
meaning. So it's not a
Yeah.
thing like that is the thing is, look, Velma is a terrible show. It's
Yeah.
getting a season 2, yes, because it made its money off people that hate watched it. And the whole point of my video is just me saying like, why the fuck did y'all watch it? And kind of saying like, hey, season 2 is coming out. Now that we know that season 1 is terrible and they're going to do the same shit because they know they made money, so now they're just going to go even worse in season 2, knowing that people are going to hate watch it again. Why watch it? Why give these people attention? Why give these people your money? Because that's what they want in the end. Like the people watching it, they're gonna ignore the reviews and the comments that people put on. They're gonna look at the views and the money it's generating. Whether that money comes from people who hate your show, that money is still on your table.
Hmm.
They still
So
making
to them, they're just gonna look at that money and be like, "Ooh, we eating good tonight." It's like they're not.
I
So
mean,
that's the
yeah, it's
thing.
kind of true. It like that's the facts is that
We eating good
nowadays it's
tonight.
it feels like that there's a lot of shows that are focusing more on the money aspect rather than their characters.
And the
And
Well,
I
they're
audience.
do
ba-
see
they're banking off
the bank
they're
off
banking
hate.
off very vocal topics, off topics
Yeah,
that are very, I guess, I wouldn't say nuanced. I'd say topics that are very kind of like, it's
Well
easy
known.
to offend people in those topics.
yeah.
So of course they're gonna bank off of that because they know that it's gonna generate like I guess
Yeah, just some kind
controversy.
of viewership, even if it's a hate watching, they still make the money off of it.
Exactly, that's the
That's
thing.
why they doubled down on it during the later towards the first season was that they
Yeah.
were doubling down on a lot of stuff that honestly I think was like really awful. My least like they had some really awful jokes in that show, and it was oh
But that's the
I
thing. It's
Did you
like
actually watch it? What the hell?
just the clips was bad. I watched the first episode and then I saw and then I didn't like it. Then
because the thing with me is already I seen the
yeah,
trailer and how
it,
the trailer is low key a message to the fans saying "fuck you, we're doing what we want" pretty much.
I I watched clips to get a better understanding how the show was going to be on later on to see how bad it truly got. Because people post the clips on like YouTube and and they talk about it. It was all over YouTube for like the
Yeah.
first couple of weeks, and
Yeah,
I watched a few of those videos, and and then I saw some of the worst jokes I have ever heard in my like almost in my life. I cringed so hard in a lot of
Was
them,
it like dad
and which
jokes?
is sad because they well no like they made I don't know if I want to say this live. There's one
no,
joke
no,
that was super controversial that was really awful, and it happened in the fourth episode, and it was
Holy.
so bad. I just like, oh. Yeah. I can't. I don't know if I could talk about it on an actual like podcast because of how controversial and bad it
Yeah.
was. But it was it. I so it'll be up to you. Do you want me to talk about it or not? I'll
Um,
let you decide that.
I'll cut it out.
Okay.
Just
So
let me know when you're done so I can know where it ends.
yeah. Okay.
That was the thing. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a better thing would be to just look. You can like the producers can make stories about like what they want. I understand that they can make a story about like a certain character or anything like that. That is perfectly fine and like that's okay. But you gotta make sure you that the story that you tell. I mean, imagine you're making a story about a villain. Then yeah, it's normal to like see oh shit like oh no he's going crazy, oh no he's starting to kill people, oh no he's starting to enjoy it, oh shit this is bad. But like if the story is about a villain, I can get that why the character is supposed to be unlikable.
Mhm.
But once you're making a character and you want people to root for them, but they just come out as fucking dipshits, you can't blame the audience for like
Mistake.
not liking your show and not liking the media that you're posting out there. Not only that, it's just like I feel today we are like the media is glorifying. Like for example, the chick that made Velma, she just received a medal from Joe Biden. Like today we are glorifying idiots. We are glorifying people
Yeah. Yeah.
that do understand art is subjective, and I'm sure that some people out there love Velma. But humor, art, all of that is subjective, and if people want to say why they like Velma, I will hear them out and I won't give them shit for it. But at the same time, it's just I feel that, like, in my opinion, today we glorify people that should not be glorified. It's just like some people they're
Yeah.
saying, like, and the media is saying, "Oh, we're glorifying, we're giving them this award because they promoted a progressive message." Well, actually, it's just promoting. Oh, okay, we empower this side and then we hate on the other. Why not empower everyone, but just like why not just make something where everyone can enjoy instead of making
Yeah.
something like, oh, we're making this and this group won't like it but this one will, fuck you other group. Is like I feel like that's the type of thing like that is going on these days. It's just to empower one group we have to discriminate another in terms of media. That's how it's going on right now. Like
Which
the
is
only way you
fucked.
can make like you see that in some movies, like the only way that the producers find to make, oh, we gotta make this female character look strong. How the fuck are we gonna make the female character look strong? I know, by having her beat the fuck out of the male character. That'll make her look that'll make her look strong. Like I don't know, it's complete fucking bollocks and ridiculous. Look, it's this whole thing is kind of dying right now, which I'm happy. People are finally kind of, I guess,
Yeah.
waking up to it
Yeah.
and saying no, we don't want shit like this anymore. Because you see a lot of more of this stuff today that instead of getting like the a lot of money like it used to out of controversy, now it's starting to become just bargain bin disasters like it's meant to be. And that's the thing. So it's like in the end, I feel like people are just finally waking up and just saying like, okay, no, we want cool shit again now. We don't want fucking
I
bullcrap
guess
anymore.
the
Yeah.
thing was that I hated the most about the show was I feel like they took established characters that already had like pretty good amount of personality in them ever since the Mystery Incorporated show, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's where they fleshed them out. Well, they take them, they change too much about them that they just don't become the characters anymore. So
that's the
it
thing.
makes me question why in the world did they make it to a Scooby Doo show?
See, the thing is, I can for the
Because there's a name behind
This
it,
is
and
the
they knew
fault.
people were gonna hate it.
see the
It's
That's
thing
the
is,
because
thing.
of the following. I feel like that they were trying to do something new with
Yeah.
something old, and it didn't quite work out.
I
So
can
they
Oh,
want so then they double
they
down.
knew people weren't gonna like it because in the trailer
Yeah,
they talk shit to all the Scooby Doo
yeah,
fans, and it's just like they knew people were gonna be mad, but that's what they were hoping for. They were banking off of that.
see
they're
Velma
hoping
as
for
a
that.
fan made show, like if it was like on YouTube or something, YouTube or another streaming platform that is free for anyone to watch. I can see it as a fan made like show, like I understand that, but it's like for like because it's so like off like like none of the characters are the same. It just seems more of a fan made show than it is anything else, if that makes
For
sense.
sure. For sure. That's the
You,
funny thing. It
I
seems
have
more
a,
like it seems more like a fan fiction than anything, but like a very terrible one.
yeah, I have a funny fact that I
It's
want to
like
share you guys.
it's like if Chris Chan when they decided to make a fucking Scooby Doo show, but except like he had a freaking like identity crisis and decided to like fucking change everything.
And you, what was your fact?
Yeah,
You guys know Meat Canyon, right?
yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, he was invited to do a scene on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they turned it down after they saw it. You know the recent one that he posted about the Velma show?
Really?
Yeah, that was going to be like an actual scene that he was going to do.
It's funny. No,
I thought that
I fucking love that guy.
I thought that was interesting.
That
And
is very interesting.
also, the thing that I feel like the thing that it always boils down to companies is whether or not if they're going to bank on hate, then they're going to be focusing more on the money than like the quality or the writing of the content.
Yeah, and
And
eventually that formula is gonna wear thin.
yeah, and then eventually they did was they took characters that they knew fans loved and then they changed them,
I didn't even
which
change them. They butchered them.
pretty much, yeah.
They completely butchered them. They like
Yeah.
this. Velma is like when I see like the shit that like they made in that season with Velma and all that stuff, like with all the clips and stuff like that. This isn't Scooby Doo. This isn't Velma. This isn't Shaggy. This isn't anyone. Like that's just someone that decided to put a hand up their assholes and play with their dead bodies. Like this is a puppet show.
Hand up their ass.
That
This is a puppet show. This is a puppet show played by some dumb person that decided to take pre-established characters and fuck them all up. It's. I understand wanting to make an adaptation. I understand that in adaptations shit must change sometimes,
Hmm.
but not to that fucking degree where it's
It,
unrecognizable.
it literally doesn't even
I'll,
seem like a Scooby Doo show
I
at
will
all.
say
It
this
is
though that
not a Scooby Doo show. It is not a Scooby Doo show. You can try to make you can try to make a more mature adult Scooby Doo show. I can kind of understand if they want to do that, but I feel like I don't know. I already feel like Mystery Incorporated was kind of their idea of a more serious
perfection.
tone Scooby Doo show,
Yeah.
even though like it had its funny moments and all that.
It's
They
like its
just
own
don't need to
like
change their
the
whole.
perfection they wanted
But
for the
that's the
show.
thing. You don't need to change you don't need to change them to the point where they're unrecognizable. That's all I'm saying. But basically, it's like, look, to finish off this topic, it's low key, like, because I feel like we pretty much glanced over everything. It's low key.
Yeah.
Velma is a terrible show. They pretty much realized it was a terrible show and no one was going to watch it. So they decided to plaster something popular on it to make it gain controversy, and they bank off of that, and they succeeded because people can't notice fucking patterns. That now companies seeing that their garbage isn't selling on its own, they say, okay, let's now just talk shit to everyone that used to like this shit, so that way they're going to watch it and hate it, and we're still going to make money off of them. But the problem with that is that now the company in general is going to lose its reputation of being the fan friendly like place. Now people are just going to say, okay, you know what, this place is fucking terrible now. I fucking hate it. They're like, I just watched this to get shit talked. Fuck this crap. Like they that's the thing. So like that's again one of the examples why anime is like being more and more popular, and like more Western shows or Western comics or Western media is slowly dying. Like I feel like in Japan they don't really care about this whole like political situation. Well, in animes, like some people will say, "Oh yeah, well that's because in Japan they're homophobic and shit like that." Well, you still see gay characters in mangas and shit like that, and they're written way fucking better than any of like the shit we see in today's comics. So all I'm saying is that instead of focusing on an agenda and promoting like some bullshit like that, like instead, why not focus on making a good story first, write good characters, then you can put that sort of identity on them. Don't have them be a character and just come out of nowhere and say, "Hey, I'm part of this group and that's all you need to know about me. Otherwise, I'm kind of a piece of shit in real life." No, have them like do shit something, have them do shit, go through shit, something that's gonna make the audience go, oh shit, I actually want to know more about this character now. And also next to that, they're part of a certain group, whether it's an ethnic group, a gender group, or anything like that. Then put that, because like being part of a certain group is not a personality trait. It's not a thing that like should be constantly in the person's face saying, hey, by the way, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, love me now. You need to love me. If you don't love me, you're a piece of shit. Because I feel like that's what it is now. No, make people care about the fucking character. Make people like
I
the
told you,
character
Brent.
by showing good stories, good adventures, making the character progress personality wise. If you make the character start off as a piece of shit, but you give him a good reason for being a piece of shit, and then later on like have him learn through his lessons like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a piece of shit. Maybe people like, maybe if I want people to be nice to me, or people want to like me, or maybe if I want to, I don't know, fucking go on this adventure, I should actually be kind to people. Like I should like I'm just saying that like in the long run, like because that's just my opinion in the end. Like people can like toxic characters if they want, but personally I don't want any of that. It's not a way that's gonna make money in the long run. That's just not it.
Brent, I
I
told
will
you.
say that while I was doing my research about the show, and then I was watching other people watch a bit of it. Uh, the only there's two characters in the show that I feel like that slowly started to grow over time. That were the only two characters I liked, and that started to like Shaggy and his girlfriend that's in the show.
I didn't even know he had
Well,
a fucking girlfriend.
yeah, and later on in the season, he gets a girlfriend. Uh, but
That
he
just shows
starts
how
Shaggy's
learning.
well
getting
fleshed
He
pussy.
I
starts
am.
learning lessons that there's more out there than just Velma. Because in the original, he's just simping over Velma. That's his whole
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And then he slowly starts growing out of that. And that was when those are the only two characters I like. I liked her as a character, and from the start, I liked him. Towards the end, I like at the very beginning, like towards the beginning of the show, he was like so intolerable. Like
Mm,
he was the biggest simp you'll ever meet,
yeah.
kind of character. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And then, so I would say that those two are the two that the only ones that I've seen much more growth than any of the other cast. And I was like, oh, that would be see if they made more stuff like that rather than focusing on everything else that they did, that would have made the show 10 times better.
Yeah.
And and it's what disappointed me was there was so much lost potential.
I
The
wouldn't mind that.
more
I wouldn't mind that. A show about a simp unsimping himself and becoming a
yeah.
fucking Chad. That's right. That's a show I'd fucking
Yeah.
watch.
See,
Stop becoming
I
a.
thought that was a good. I thought that whole story arc. See, they did something. There was a little bit in it. There's sprinkles of good stuff in it. If they were given more time to develop and have done right, they could have made a good show.
Yeah, but the
That
problem with Velma is that there's sprinkles of good
yeah,
stuff, but it's inside an
but
Olympic-sized
it's like
swimming pool, so the
it's
good
like the
stuff
inside of
is
a trash can just swimming in like the sewer system. So it's
no
like
the no the sprinkles are inside of an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and that swimming pool is filled with fucking shit,
yeah.
like
So
manure, gradually being filled up by manure, and then you toss EDP in there, and voila, you have Velma.
so I will say that they did do some stuff right. So it's like I just wonder why in the world couldn't it have been that if
Yeah.
it was they focused on that, that would have been so much better than focusing on everything else that was around. Well, yes, they're trying to make a deep story, and I hope they fix a lot of things in season 2 if they do when they do make it, because we already know what's going to happen.
I won't even
And
watch season 2. I'm not giving these fuckers my
there's
money.
a lot I doubt there's going to be many people that are going to watch it,
Good. Like,
but I do hope that if they do make it, when they do make it, they at least make it better, so then those that do watch it say, "Hey, they actually fixed it," instead of being like, "Well, they're going to already be crappy people towards the start." That's much I'm sure about.
oh, for sure.
But
All right.
but it also reminds me of the whole
I think
Oh, sorry, tired.
we
What?
can go Hogwarts Legacy after that because
You want to go Hogwarts Legacy? All
I
Yeah.
right.
think because we said we were done with the Velma subject like 3 times before going into more shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's happened to
So yeah.
everything today. You guys,
The,
I was about to say this has been more of a you guys thing. I don't know how.
you
Like
just been sitting there quietly, just like don't know what to say. Go ahead and what are your takes on it, AJ?
on
We'll be
Hogwarts,
quiet.
but I mean, like
No,
I've said my opinion on Velma at the beginning. I had nothing else to say. Every, I mean,
uh,
in Ken's video, you pretty much summed it up, and you guys still summed it up here.
he's
Pretty
so
much, yeah.
he summed up a lot of good points in the Hogwarts Legacy, but
You know what? Fuck it.
um,
I'm gonna put
or-
your video in the description on the YouTube video, so
yeah,
anyone that
Thanks.
watches our
all right.
YouTube for our podcast can click on it. Because for
Thanks.
links on
Though
Spotify is fucking like dog shit.
I I do also have like a few things that I did want to add into it, and
Go
that
ahead.
was the fact that it was already going to be doomed to fail. And I'm pretty sure you've already pointed that out in your video.
Yeah.
Was that it was
The
the
boycott.
thing? Yeah, the boycott
The
pushed
boycott
it up to be
was
more popular than what it was going to be. It
well, I was saying
probably it,
the boycott was doomed to fail, like not the
yeah.
game. The game was
Well,
doomed.
yeah,
The game is
the game
suffering
was
from
going to
success.
the game was going to do well, but it probably wouldn't have done as well if it wasn't for the boycott.
All I
Oh, for
gotta
sure.
I got a question,
But
That's what I'm
Ken.
saying.
I will
Yeah,
go and say this now. There's a lot of people that are angry that money's going to her, but you know how much money she actually gets from it?
a certain percentage, a very small percentage.
10%. She gets 10% of every sale.
Yeah, but the thing with the 10%
With
is that
adding,
now that the game has sold so many freaking
yeah,
copies, that
now it's going to
10%
be like
becomes
over
a
100 million.
very high
Yeah.
number.
I did the math. She's made so far with the amount of copies I've sold. It's now at 100 million from
God, fucking
114 million.
damn.
But she also has part of a theme park that is also her. That's also she earns money from
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah.
That
Well,
she makes more.
anything that has the name Harry Potter on it, she makes
Yeah,
money from. Whether it's
she
from Universal Studio ticket sales, whether it's from toys, whether it's from Lego. Hell, she even has contracts with Nintendo and shit like
yeah,
that, like the video games. And apparently, her big bank is from
yeah.
Lego. Like she
Yes,
makes
Lego. She makes a lot
like
of money from Lego. She
yeah,
makes
Not
over
even her
she
own book. Not even the
I think she
books.
makes over 50% per the sales for Lego.
yeah. And
She makes an insane amount.
the thing with that is like she like that is actually a fact that I looked up. It's she has more money than the fucking royal family.
Yeah, she
She is one of
does.
the most powerful women not only in the world but like I think she is the most powerful woman in the UK. Isn't she? No. No, that can't be.
I have to admit that I think it's kind of funny that she's getting more money from Lego than her own books.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, no. I
she's
know.
still
She
making
makes.
money. She's still making money
Yeah.
off the books and stuff. It's like those are sold a lot less because of course like
Uh, People already
yeah,
own it.
people buy the books, but that's because not a lot of new ones came out. And like Harry Potter, like most of the time when you ask someone, "Hey, have you seen the Harry Potter? Have you seen Harry Potter?" and people are gonna be like, "Oh, I mean, I watched the movies, but I don't know jack shit about the books." Like
Or if
unless you're a
you.
Potterhead,
Yeah.
then yeah, you're gonna read the books. Like
Unless you buy the book. The book. I think there's what like five, seven of them. There's one for each movie.
I don't remember how
But
many
I've
books
never
there
been a
were.
big
but
Harry
she
Potter
makes
fan, but the game looks
seventy
so good.
percent
So
off those.
I know.
And
I never really was a fan of. I
I
don't
wasn't
like
either.
Harry Potter. Never really clung to me like all like other movies. Like for example, when I was younger, like the three big like things when I was younger, like when I would go to school and stuff like that. I mean, you had your Star Wars, you had your Lord of the Rings, you had your
Yeah.
Harry Potter, and like of course, like there was a few kids like me who watched Naruto and stuff like that while all that was happening. But like the things with that, it's like for me, Lord of the Rings, it's high fantasy. It's like fantasy at its pure. It's like Skyrim almost, and that
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Uh,
I love intense fantasy. Like that's fucking sick. Star Wars, it's like it's a space sci-fi on steroids. Like it's like as space sci-fi as you can get. Like it is complete. with even like fucking like the Force and all that stuff. Like I loved that shit as a kid. My dad loved that shit when he was a kid
I
too. So
still love
like
Star Wars.
the moment I could speak, he showed me all those movies. But Harry Potter, it's weird because I never really like got excited for that. Like even when
Yeah.
they would
Yeah.
announce new movies, saying, "Oh my god, new trailer just dropped for the new Harry Potter movie," and blah blah. I was like, eh. I wasn't like I didn't feel like so excited to go watch the trailer or anything. Like compared to some other movies or like when the MCU was starting, every time you say, "Oh, they got an Iron Man movie," "Oh fuck yeah," "Oh shit, they got a Hulk movie," "Oh shit, they got Thor," "Oh fuck," like I was always so excited for these movies when I was younger, but like when it came to Harry Potter, I never clung to that. Yes,
Yeah,
it is
same
kind of a
here.
cool concept that like a secret society of wizards live in our real world and we can't really see what's going on because they're doing their best to hide that shit
Yeah.
from the real world. That is kind of a cool concept. But I don't know, when I watched it, I was like, it's just not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Well,
I just
yeah.
never got into the wizardry stuff. I never been a big
The-
fantasy guy either. That's my thing. I think it's a cool concept. I personally just never gotten into the big fantasy and wizardry stuff.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like it has cool ideas. There are cool things in Harry Potter and stuff that I can look at and be like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. But as a whole, the Harry Potter universe, like I don't think it compares to a thing like fucking like a fucking Star Wars or Lord of the
oh,
Rings or shit like that. Like even I remember one of my exes was really fucking hyped into Harry Potter and she made me watch all the movies because I got, I didn't I saw all of them, but I saw them really far in between. So every time I saw a new one, I forgot what happened before. And
I've only watched the first one.
she had this whole Harry Potter like question game, like trivia game, and every time I'd fall on me, I couldn't answer shit. And she was like, "Wait, did you see the Harry Potter movies?" I'm like, "I mean, yeah, but technically no." And she's like, "Okay, we're watching all of them." I was like, "Fuck!" And then
oh
like
no.
we watched all of them, and while we were watching them, like I remember once she told me shit like, "Oh, Voldemort is by far like the strongest like fucking villain ever." And I'm just like, "Bitch, the fuck you just say?" Then she's just like,
Darth
"What? It's
Vader.
true." I'm just like, "No, it's not true." It's like, "Okay, tell me who's more powerful." I'm just like, "Okay, fucking Darth Vader, Palpatine, fucking Sauron from Lord of the Rings, all that shit is like Madara, Uchiha from Naruto, all these guys." And then she's like, "No, Voldemort would kill all of them." I'm like, "Bitch." Just like first of all, Sauron conquered
You
like
forgot
entire
about Darth
realms.
Maul though. Darth
It's
Maul's
like,
more powerful than
yeah, but
Or
you got,
General Grievous. Even General
but
Grievous probably could have
yeah, but
changed.
You got Sauron, who's fucking, you got fucking Sauron who conquered like entire realms. You have fucking Palpatine who conquered an entire galaxy. Darth Vader who was pretty much like Palpatine's wrath for that. And you have Madara who pretty much conquered the entire world and put everyone in like an endless dream. And then you're telling me that Voldemort beats all of them when he could even fucking capture a fucking school? A
Or a
school
child, or even like take down a small child that was younger than him.
that's well, younger than him and weaker than him. Voldemort apparently had all this experience in
Yeah,
magic, and he couldn't beat Harry, who like barely passed his fucking grades.
yeah.
Like
I was so,
that's like if Albert Einstein had a that's like if that's like me, a guy with ADHD and dysphagia, beat Albert Einstein in a math test. Like that shit ain't happening, bro. That's
then again, you could
humiliating.
technically beat him if you do simple math. Apparently, he really sucked with simple math.
Oh well, he's dead, so.
Oh yeah,
Well, I don't
that's the fun. That was the funny fact
know.
I learned in school was that he couldn't do simple math as well, but he could do complicated math,
Oh really?
like it was like second nature.
That's
It was
insane.
insane.
God damn.
It's kind of like the environment of I can read really well, but I can't read, if that makes
It's like
sense.
Yeah,
I can do it's like I can do complicated puzzles, but I can't make a preschool puzzle.
the,
It's like
there's like so many characters that could have beat Voldemort, but
imagine
I think
Hagrid.
we're get I
Hagrid
think
just sits on Voldemort and fucking suffocates him.
Oh my god.
there's but uh now the question is who
You're a
wouldn't beat him?
chair, Voldemort. Fucking sits on him. It's like
Even Rey
Voldemort's choking
Mysterio
out.
would kick his ass.
Voldemort's just choking out. He's like, "Oh fuck, I'm dying," and then fucking Hagrid's just like, "You're my bitch, Voldy."
Even Rey
It's like,
Mysterio could kick Voldemort's ass.
I mean, well, fucking Rey Mysterio would toss like like Voldemort's epileptic ass like over the top rope, and then afterwards just 619 him.
I will say that probably the one thing that'll have on him that'll be good against regular humans would definitely be his magic. But
Of
even
course,
but
that works. That work. Yeah, any magic would be good against anyone. It's
yeah,
like
but
if I'm standing there with my fist and a guy has a magic wand that actually works, yeah, I'm fucked. Like even a guy in a wheelchair with a fucking magic wand would kick my ass. Like that's just anyone. That's not.
he just lifts you up the air like, oh, I guess you're going to the sun.
Well, pretty much. Or either that, or he'll just use the fucking Avada Kedavra spell that everyone's been fucking using. One of the forbidden death curses or something like that.
Just
It's like
just
he just
slams you
one
against the
shot he
wall.
just one shots me. Like he just one shots me. The guy could have no legs and
Slam
no
dunks your
arms. He
ass.
could use a wand with his
Touchdown.
mouth. He just one shots me.
Punch you
Exactly.
across the fucking yard.
But yeah, it's like in terms of like the whole Harry Potter like universe again, like I'm not a huge fan of
It's
that. That's why
not
I'm not
as
really buying the game. But at the same time, it's like the thing with the whole
oh,
controversy around the game, like again, the controversy made it blow up significantly more than it would have if there was no
yeah.
controversy surrounding it. The thing
How
with that at the
much do
same
you think
time,
it was sold if there was no controversy?
it would have definitely still sold a lot because Harry Potter has one of
Oh
the
yeah,
most loyal and craziest fan bases like ever. So
but
it's definitely would have sold a lot, but I don't think it would have sold more than what it's currently selling at because the whole fucking boycott and everything, and the whole thing with like the people going around in people's streams and the website thing that like to harass streamers and shit like that, like that made things worse because then it actually gave people like I guess a reason to like a
yeah,
bigger
to
reason to hate on because okay, a boycott
yeah,
in itself, if you're just encouraging people, say, hey, we're boycotting this game, we're not buying this game, it doesn't stand for what I believe in, or it does like I just don't like the person who made it. I'm not buying this game. If you guys want to join me into this, like join me, blah blah. Like I how I
see
can
that would
say
have been
it,
fine, but
a saying, I guess it's easier to attract people with it's easier to
with
attract people
with the idea of
with
them not being able to get it, like the more
yeah, but it's like
more you take
but
away from
it's easier hard
the
it's
do it.
easier to attract people with okay wait, how do you say it? I'm
Oh,
probably gonna butcher this statement, but it's like it's easier to attract ants with honey than with vinegar. It's I think that's how the saying goes, but it's basically you're not gonna get anyone on your side if you are basically saying, oh, if you do this you're a terrible person, and if fuck you, you're not a good person, you're this, you're that, you're this, like constantly insulting them. You're not gonna get anyone on their side, on your side, if you do that. If you are, I guess, understanding, or if you just say, hey, like kind of leave it in the air, I guess, like yes, it's a little bit less effective because of course people are going to be like, oh well, I have a choice, I can just do what I want to do. Yes, it'll be less effective, but at the same time shit talking everybody isn't gonna get the message out further.
kind of like
Of
with
course
the
it's gonna
Velma
scare,
show.
of course, like when it comes to streamers it's gonna scare some of them because they're like, fuck, I don't want to get bullied because of this shit, fuck that, I'm not playing this game. Yes, I guess that in terms of fear tactics, it can kind of be effective. But if you have people are saying, you know what, fuck you, I love this series as a kid, or I love this, and I don't think it's that much of a big deal, and I'm gonna buy this game and play it. What are you gonna
It's
do
just one of
after?
those things that actually is a good story. And I've heard it's a good story. It looks like it's a good story.
Eh,
It has overall a good just rating because
and
it's built well.
and we could tell that they put a lot of love into it, and like they actually made
And
it feel like the universe, which
yeah,
I
and
think that's the
they
biggest selling
also
point
tried
to it.
to they also separated themselves from J.K. Rowling quite a bit.
Yeah,
They made
they
a
Yeah.
even added like
transsexual character
transgender stuff
and
into it.
transgender character, and also they added the possibility of being non-binary for your
Yeah.
character. So that
See,
that's a thing. And honestly,
so
when it comes to games where you can create your own character, I feel like we should like okay, Cyberpunk when it came out, it was glitchy, it was a bad game, but I like the
yeah,
character creation because you can pretty
like
much do it. You can be a chick with a dick, you can be a man with a chick voice, you can. It is as free customization as customization goes. I
yeah,
feel like most games that offer the character creation option should be like that because then literally anybody can, I guess, have their have their own character, because of course when you have a game where you create your own character, you want to, I guess, be the character. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this
You wanna
is
be, like,
me,
in their
this is
shoes.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is like this is me, and I want to be in this universe, and like this character is my window into this universe.
Yeah.
And of course, like if you're someone that I don't know is transsexual or non-binary and something like that, and you only have the choice between like male or female or anything
That's
like
not
that,
fair.
and well, not yeah, not fair, but at the same time, I feel like you're you know, yes, you'll get the experience of the video game,
Yes.
but you won't completely feel like
Like,
you
you're in the
you
shoes of
are
the
in this
character.
game. Like this is you won't feel like this is truly you.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. Like so Cyberpunk, like I give it a lot of praise for that. I love the character creation, and I still love the game to this day. Like I'm
Yeah.
planning on actually doing a walkthrough of it on my YouTube channel.
That's a long
But
I've been
game.
playing it a little
it's
bit.
a
It's
it's a
pretty
long
actually
it's
fun.
a long game, but I actually like have a few ideas for like memes with it. Like it's gonna be like meme videos, or even maybe do a machinima series or something like that with that.
You can do a lot of stuff in that game too. Like, you can do different builds
Yeah,
to like do play bunch of different ways. So then it has a lot of replayability
yeah,
when you think
exactly.
about it. But
But that's the thing.
yeah,
It's like I feel like people when making a game where you can customize your character. I know it's like a hard thing to do. Like I'm I used to study in game design and everything like that, and I know it's something complicated, but still, it's like it's what we should aim for. So everybody can have their fair share of the pie, I guess.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
so
See,
that's a thing.
I don't
And
nothing wrong with that either. That's a good thing for us for every game.
To
Well,
be.
not every game to strive for. There's certain games that are like a fighting games. What one if you can make your own character in that game, then yeah. If not, then
yeah,
kind of like the Street Fighter series where you
yeah.
can't make your own character, but you
Well,
have a lot of options.
you can't make your character in Mortal Kombat either, but like you can basically you have skins that you can like kind of make your own skin, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I give kudos to Cyberpunk for that, but
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
feel like they kind of did the same thing in the Harry Potter thing,
they
where like you
did.
can kind of modify all that stuff. And that's the thing. I feel like they did their best to try and separate themselves from J.K. Rowling, and I kind of understand the point of the people that are hating on it, saying like, "Oh, but they can't separate it themselves completely from it because she's still getting money from it." I can kind of understand that point, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair for them to harass people and shit talk people and saying, "Oh, you buy this game, you're responsible for genocide." It's like, wait, what?
That doesn't make
Like, no,
sense.
no, no.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Some
sense.
people actually do fucking say that, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like, that's such a big jump. Like, no, that's not how it fucking works. The the thing with
I
that is because they're saying like, okay, J.K. Rowling apparently gives money to certain like to pass certain like laws, I think, that kind of shit on these communities and shit like that. So like I can kind of understand people's distress, but again, J.K. Rowling has so much fucking money even before the game was released. So like honestly, it's like I'm gonna say something like honestly that like, honestly I don't even know if I should say it because I'm scared that like with my fucking this fucking like ADHD and shit like that I'm gonna formulate poorly and people are gonna hate me for it.
Again, I can
But
cut it out if you want me to.
you're good. If
but
if it doesn't sound
basically what I'm saying is that she has so much money already. And if she has more money than the royal family already, like it's already not looking good. Like even without the video game, she was gonna do that shit regardless.
Mhm.
But the thing with it is that I don't think that we should blame all these fucking people for wanting to play a video game and wanting to like enjoy the universe that they because in the end we buy video games and we buy like we
escape
watch movies and
reality.
shit like that to escape reality and stuff like that. And at the same time, there are people from these communities that well, I'll just say it from the trans community that play the Harry Potter game. You have trans
Yeah,
streamers that
yeah.
stream the game and enjoy it and aren't playing it for saying, "Oh my god, this is like a terrible game and this is hateful and why are people buying it?"
Yeah.
And like, no, some people are actually playing it because they grew up with it. It's a universe that they grew up with it and always wanted to experience it. And I don't like. Okay, if that's the case, you want to buy this game because it's your childhood. You want to experience your childhood, and you want to experience this universe that when you were a kid, saying, "Wow, I wish I could go to Hogwarts." That's all fine by me. The part where I say where people are kind of dicks and makes things worse is when on Twitter, this whole war is happening, and then
Yeah.
the moment that there's shit talking anything, a random guy's gonna jump in the conversation and say, haha, just because you think it's offensive, I'm gonna buy the game 5 times. Fuck you. It's like, okay, now you're just stirring the pot and looking for attention, and that's the part where I think
Yeah.
it's kind of dickish. Because if like I already said it many times, like if I were to buy the game, it wouldn't be because, oh, I want to piss people off or I want to stir the pot. I will buy if I were to buy this game, because I'm not buying the game. If I were to buy this game, it is because it is out of my own decision and own preferences. Like, for example, do I like Harry Potter? Yes. Do I? When I was a kid, do I wish I could have gone to Hogwarts? Of course. Then I'm gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it because like, oh, people are hating on it on the internet. Let me just buy it to make things worse.
Yeah,
No,
that's not
because that just
how
makes things worse for absolutely everybody. It makes
everybody.
things it paints everybody in a bad light because you got others harassing streamers saying they're bad people, bringing them to tears. You got VTubers or even random streamers getting harassed and getting like fucking sent death threats and being
Yeah,
doxxed and
death
shit.
threats and shit.
So it's like it
I
paints the
definitely.
community in a bad light because the community is supposed to promote accept people for who they are and this and that. And if you're promoting that with unhinged hate, you're not doing the community a service. And it also paints like the people that buy the game in a bad light because now there's a lot of generalization. Now they think that okay, all people are sending death threats to the streamers and stuff like that are part of that community. Well, it's not true because people from the trans community are playing and enjoying this game as well because they're like, no, we're not gonna sacrifice like our happiness or fun because of like some fucking drama. Like, let's not do that. Like that's the thing. So it's like in the end, like you got there's too much generalization because now we think like not we but like other people will think that everybody who buys this game wants to piss people off. Well, that's not the
Yeah.
case. Then you have the other side that they're not buying the game because they're harassing people and stuff like. Well, some people are just saying no, I'm just not buying the game because not only some people will say, oh, I don't like Harry Potter, or some people say I used to like Harry Potter, but then JK went on their fucking rant. And like, I won't shit on people who will play this game, but personally, I will not play this game. Like, it's important to know that everybody's motivations are different, and it's also important to know that some people that are harassing streamers aren't for the cause either. They're just toxic people naturally and are looking for something to hate.
Pretty much.
Like, that's all I'm saying on this situation because I feel like we're entering very dangerous territory.
Yeah.
But it's honestly no. It's like for closing statement for this, no hate to anyone. I do not hate I won't hate anyone based on their appearance or like how they feel or anything like that. I feel like a good reason that to hate someone is based on, I guess, their character, and only that their level of respect. If someone shows me respect and is willing to have a conversation with me on why they think like, hey, maybe if imagine I go and decide, hey, I'm gonna buy this game, and someone actually wants to, hey, maybe don't, and actually explain me facts, evidence, and actually try to convince me. Maybe I won't be convinced in the end, but at least they fucking tried and had the decency to have a sit down conversation with me,
Hmm.
or at least have a fucking DM or something like, hey, maybe don't. That be like, and then explain me like why it's not a good idea and why my purchase makes a difference in this whole situation. And it's like, then yeah, who knows? Maybe then I'll be convinced and say, you know what? I wasn't a big fan of Harry Potter anyway, and I'll just spend my money on something else. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's
You
just that.
said
In
that.
the end, this whole Harry Potter situation was blown way out of proportion. Now it made the game even bigger than it was supposed to be. And if the people want to hop in debates about ethical consumption is not a thing. Anything that
Yeah.
you buy, you will contribute to something fucked up, And I know the meme about like the whole thing. We need to improve society, and the guy say, "Oh yes, but you participate in society. Yes, me very fun and me very smart," or thing like that. And I understand like that meme, but at the same time, my mentality on it is still hypocrisy needs to be called out. If you're gonna shit on someone for buying a game that promotes like hateful values or shit like that, but yet you're saying this off of Twitter, who is owned by someone who shares those values and also shares those ideas. Like people might say, "Oh, but I don't have Twitter Blue." Yeah, but Twitter sells your data and makes a profit off of it. You're still giving your money technically, and that's kind of the thing. Like I do believe, of course, that there is shit that needs to be changed, like in the world and stuff like that, and how we're gonna get to that. Of course, baby steps, but it's just like I feel like unhinged fucking hate and going like, you don't agree with me, then you're a piece of shit. I don't think that's the way to go. That's just the thing.
Holy
I feel
shit.
instead that that's just the
Oh.
end of it.
And bro,
Ken, finish what you're restate
I got
what you said.
I gotta give you applause for that, bro.
Uh,
That was a good one.
all
You
right.
did good.
But basically, like the last thing I want to say is, look, when I start speaking quickly, or it's a subject that I feel has importance, or it's something that I can't like misformulate with, because I misformulate a lot sometimes. So it's like that's just the thing. I have the ADHD, I have dysphagia. My phrases sometimes I try to formulate a certain way, but it ends up coming out as something completely different. So in the end, I feel like my real views on all this shit are in my video. It's in my video. So if I ever misformulated here and I offended anyone, then go see my video, see if I actually think that, or maybe just misformulated here. And if you watch this and get offended, and then you decide, oh, I'll go watch this video to make sure, and you still get offended, then
I'm sorry.
no, not sorry, skill issue, L plus ratio, and touch grass. Also,
He has other videos that that you like.
also, yeah, that's the thing. It's you choose to be in the end. Being offended is a choice, and yeah, just I guess grow a thicker skin, and
This is gonna be one of our longer episodes. I can tell you that much.
that's a thing. Like that's just what I'm saying. Like no hate to anyone. I don't hate anyone based on like how they look or anything. I hate people based on their character, on the whether they have shitty morals or not. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say, and hopefully y'all enjoyed the podcast, and
We're not even done yet, bro.
We're not done. All right.
no,
I would
but
like
I'm just saying I hope everybody enjoys the podcast.
can
It's
I
gonna be
I want to all
longest
right, I want to end this
episode.
subject with like
Yeah,
the most simplest words ever. All right. Hate brings more hate, which then brings more hate, which then brings more hate, and it goes into a circle.
it's
So
literally
what
that. It's literally that
so what you
because
do is just walk away.
that's the thing.
Save yourself.
But sometimes I feel like those topics are just too big not to comment on it. So like,
Yeah,
no,
it's hard, but if you can fight yourself out of the need to get into it, then you're the bigger person.
oh
Because
yeah,
the
for
other
sure,
person wants to start argument with you.
for sure,
That's all they want to do.
for sure.
Oh.
Love is like love to everybody, and yeah.
Like
Hopefully, I
you,
don't
if
get
you,
crucified. Just
Crucified.
if you just watch my video, just clear up anything like any misunderstandings. If you still get offended or are mad at me after watching my video, then yeah, skill issue.
hey
I'm
Ken,
definitely gonna put
if
timestamps
someone
for
ever
these
be mean to
topics.
you, and they try to actively be to be like absolutely awful to you, just give them a smile and then just say, I hope you just be as nice as possible to
Have
them.
a good day.
Just be like, I hope you have a wonderful and awesome day, and it'll throw them out of a loop.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Smile and away.
Wow.
All right, let's. I'm gonna end this podcast with a short story of an actual experience
Oh no.
I've dealt with.
Oh fuck.
So I don't know if you saw what I put. I don't even remember what I put. Um, but I wrote down story about clown homeless. So you guys are
Okay.
probably fucking
Huh?
confused.
A homeless
Like a
clown.
homeless clown? What?
Yeah. So
Oh shit.
okay, so
Okay.
I went back to my notes. So it said my story talking to a clown homeless dude in my town at the park. So yeah, that kind of gives a little bit of background. But I was bored one day after school, so I think this was beginning of my senior
Ugh.
year, senior junior year, and I just not having a great day at all. I was having a shitty fucking day. I was just sitting in the parking lot of my school having a
And you beat
mental
up a homeless clown. How dare you?
He honked his nose and gave him big shoes.
Give
Pulled
me a
off his
big
dick.
dick. um but I was just not having a good day, so I was just having a mental breakdown in my car, and
Yeah. Oh shit.
I was just like, I want to go for a walk. So I got out of my car, I just locked my door, started walking around town. Um, Before going home, I told my mom that, hey, I'm gonna stay at school for a little bit. I just need a little fresh air. She's like, okay, just be home by dinner. So I was like, okay. So I did a good 2-3 hour walk, and then I felt I was like, okay, I want to go to the park a little bit, relive childhood a little bit. So I was like, being a little kid going down the slide, swinging the swings, and then I just started hearing this random old guy start rapping, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? I was like, oh, this is some underground rapping type shit happening. I'm like, this is Eminem when he's 80 years old.
Friday Night Funkin'?
He's like, balls are saggy, dick is drippy. Put in your mom's spaghetti.
But I was like,
He's
okay,
just
let's talk.
over
Let's
there
talk to
dancing.
this guy. And everyone was acting like I was fucking weird or shit. I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna talk to this homeless guy, cause why not?
Yeah.
Cause fuck. And he was one of those homeless guys that like was giving life advice, and he was like, and then he pretty much straight up said like some fucked up shit. Like I don't quote me on this. This is all I can
Oh
remember
no.
because it's been a while. But I think at one point he said, I'm like an angel of God, or I am like one of the devil's minions, or something like that. It was either or. Um, but he pretty much talked about his life, that he was a clown and all that stuff, and how his dad is rich, and his dad kicked him out of the house, and he's living on the streets, and he's been living on the streets for about 10-15 years, and all that. It was just funny because he started going deep about the fucking Bible for some reason, and I was just like, okay, because I'm religious and shit, but he was just saying some like weird shit. It wasn't nothing bad. It was just realistic. Oh, there's. Sorry, I'm just kind of picking at my chair. Um,
But
but
so
he 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 continued talking about random shit about the Bible, and kind of like more like realistic point of view of it, which was just like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, I was trying to hint, hey, I need to go because it was past dinner time. So my brother was calling me, my mom is calling me, but I have vibration on. But like my hand, I was holding my phone in my pocket in a way where it wasn't making sounds, but he could tell that I was busy. And he's like, "Is your brother?" I swear he was psychic. It was fucking scarier than shit. He's like, "Is it your brother calling
Yeah.
you or your mom?"
Jesus.
I'm like, "How'd you know?" He's like, "I told you I'm a." He kind of brought up the fact. He's like, "I kind of told you I'm a fallen angel or something like that." I don't entirely know what
Jesus
he
Christ.
said, but
like
like it was just like that's kind of weird. But he was just like, but overall, at the end, he's like, "You're a good kid. Just don't give up. I can totally tell you're a good kid, and you're gonna go places and such." And he was genuinely a nice guy. I have no shit on him for anything, but like, sure, his views may be chaotic and backwards, but like, he was a nice guy to
total
me. Um,
Mm.
he's like, he was just a genuine guy. He was just like, you, um, he was just like, if you need to sit down, because when we all have ADHD, so I'm like walking around the
Yeah.
fucking park talking to him. But he's like, if you need to sit down, go sit down. But like, seriously, like, if you need anything, let me know. He was just like a kind guy, and I was like, bro, I feel awful. But yeah, that was my clown story. Oh,
But
he
I
also
Yeah.
tried to teach me how to rap too. I forgot about bringing that. He tried to teach me how to rap, and he also tried
he's gonna rap about the Bible. AJ is gonna be around the corner rapping about the Bible.
to. he he also like he also like showed me like pictures of him when he was like a clown too, when that was his job and all that stuff. But like I was like, God damn, this man was like homeless Eminem. Like what the fuck?
Ooh. So, um, the thing about what he did to you and your when he sees you on the phone, when he saw your phone, he probably was like guessing like parents and siblings, because that's usually what psychics would guess first when they're on like
Mhm.
shows.
Mhm.
That way it like, because eventually they'll get the right answer, right?
Mhm.
So that is what they do in psychic shows, which is pretty crazy. And what they don't tell you about psychic shows is that they actually have people sign in with information in the back, and then when they first come in, and then
Mhm.
they do it all off guesswork.
It's kind of like the whole thing at like fairs and stuff. Like
Yeah,
give me $10, guess your age or whatever career you're doing and such. It's kind of like that.
yeah. But I while you're telling that story, I had two news feeds come up that was pretty interesting. We got Cyberpunk 2077 had a brand new mode just come out,
Oh shit.
and and I just saw news that GameStops may be closing all over.
That is sad. That is very sad because I loved GameStop. How am I gonna get my copies of games anymore? No.
Use your mom's credit card.
No. All right. I think that's a fun
uh,
way to end the podcast.
Yes.
Don't you think so,
Yeah.
boys?
yes.
All right.
But
Yeah.
all right, and how you guys feeling?
I'm feeling great.
I'm okay. Okay.
You're doing great.
I'm doing
Ken's
great. It's
yeah.
it's like we talked a lot, we said a lot of shit, but
Was
we
this what you
also
were
had a lot of
expecting
fun.
at all when you joined us?
I mean, kind of. At the same time, it's the when I knew we were talking about like Hogwarts Legacy and Velma and shit like that. I know we were gonna delve into more like controversial topics and shit, but like the you know I don't mind like the
Giving
controversial topics and shit like that. I feel like it's pretty interesting to talk about.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
because there's always like more than one point of view and stuff like that. Which
Yeah, and I think it's fun to also explore like all those
yeah,
points, even though some of the points of view like are less like good than others. I feel like it's always interesting to try and see from that point of view.
All right.
yeah. But
Ken, you have.
I'll
Wait. I want to end it. I want to end it real quick before we.
okay, go ahead.
Alright.
Um, Ken,
Or
you have 10 seconds to promote whatever you want. Wait 1 second. Let me pull out my fucking timer. Literally 10 seconds to promote whatever the fuck you want.
Alright.
Where is it? There you go. You got okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, boys. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kengutaku. Join the Kangoverse. You can also go see extra content on Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch for at Kengutaku, of course. And welcome to the Kangoverse. And I will
It's
see you
done.
all very, very soon. There
All
you go.
right. Perfect. All
That's
right.
good.
Brent, do you want me to say the outro, or do you want to?
I'll let you do the outro since I did the intro, even though I butchered the intro.
It's okay.
I'm
Um.
pretty sure.
I really hope you guys enjoyed this long episode. This is gonna be horrible to fucking edit. Um. um. Again, like I put myself out there to do this type of stuff because I love podcasting and I love talking about conversations. especially some of our fucked up conversations in life, and I like doing that stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. I don't know how long ever it is, but I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. Um, uh, I hope you guys don't take all this to heart. We're just saying our opinions on stuff. We're still here to entertain you guys if you want to listen on our views and stuff. Um, there's sometimes that needs to be episodes like this. There's serious in it, but of course there's still comedy in it. Whatever like jokes that we say in any of our videos or podcasts, it's all for fun and games and entertainment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you all so much, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.